Evening, Cole. Evening, Parsnip.
That's the first on this show, isn't it?
It is. It is. How you doing, mate?
All right, mate. Thank you.
And Parsnip?
Well, he's okay. Yeah. Our camera shot. My missus is waiting to retrieve him, and he wants to go.
He's like, yeah, let me out of here.
Look, just say hello to everybody at home. There you go.
Bless him.
Right. Hang on. Got to try and get him on the floor. There we go. Right. That's the guest appearance over with it.
That's from me. Evening, Cole.
Oh, how you doing? All right. Sorry about that.
Good. That's all right.
He was desperate to see what it was all about.
Who isn't?
Well.
Someone argue. Anyway, good evening, mate. Hope you're well. And
yeah, not too bad.
Show 66. Show 66.
Route 66.
Route 66. That's where we're taking you tonight. A barren road down a hot and arid trail that leads us to promotion, hopefully. Well, you're on the water tonight?
Yeah, somebody suggested I get too pissed.
Don't know what you're talking about, Cole. Although, I will say, being sensible as we're on a show, just to reiterate.
Yeah, well.
0%.
Yeah.
0%.
Yeah. The question to me was, just how pissed do you get during a show? And I went, extremely.
Not enough. Yeah, not enough was usually the answer that came back.
Yeah.
Anyway, good to see you, mate. I know. So it was an interesting weekend away, and you, me, and Ollie were in there.
Yeah, we had a good weekend. Yeah, had a good afternoon up at Cheltenham after the is it on, is it off, is it on, is it off?
Yeah,
and the usual. Oh, it's definitely off. People don't know, but they're just going, it's definitely off.
Or
I wish people wouldn't say nothing.
Well, people sending you WhatsApp saying, I'm not coming. I'm definitely not coming. It's off. I'm not coming. I'm not traveling.
Yeah. Oh, it drives me insane. Why do people even comment when they don't know anything? I don't know.
I know. It's like, bought a ticket. There are many games that we've all travelled to which haven't turned up. But you still have fun. You still have fun. Anyway.
Yeah, Bradford, Newport.
Don't talk to me at the Bradford one. The Carlisle.
I got all the way to Bradford. Pulled up outside the ground, found myself a lovely little parking spot, only for Andy Cullen to walk out going, it's off.
I know, right?
Not it's off, but it's off.
It was off. It was off.
Yeah. I got a meat pie out of it.
Oh, that's all right then. Job done, right?
Yeah, I felt a lot better.
Good. I'm glad you did, mate. I'm glad you did. These are the things that are sent to try us, as they say. Anyway, show 66. So tonight we have Luke Payne, aka the Chris Kamara of the Dons Unplugged world. Will he be talking about all things Dons? Will he be talking about Thomas Frank? Probably not. Why not chuck it in there? But some great analysis coming from Luke. We have got Chris and Ryan. And again, thank you to Chris, who saved the day as the file had come through in many formats, except video.
Except the right one.
Exactly that. So for the last hour, I've been tinkering in the background, and we've now got Yes, indeed.
Hope on your own. We don't want any of that.
Well, indeed. Is it Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy? That was the one, Cole. But we got it there. So we've got that to come as well. And again, thank you, Chris and Ryan. Another great show in the offing. We've also got with the Newport County playing Swindon tonight. So
no, they're not playing Swindon.
Is it not Swindon? Well, it's Swindon tonight.
No, I got that. Oh, yes, sorry. Yeah, you're right.
It's Swindon. Yeah, but I'm sure it's Swindon.
They're playing at Swindon.
So we don't have an Exiles fan, truth be told, Cole. Unfortunately. So we haven't got our Exiles fan, but we do.
I was ashamed because I miss him because I wanted to have a little counter in the corner, and every time he said truth be told, and it went up by one.
Truth be told, 99. It'd be 99, but if you clock it, it'll be back round to naught again.
But we have got. Tuesday night game.
We have, but we do have a Crawley fan. Sam's joining us. Sam Jordan, who joined us last time. In this week's view from the other side live, previewing our Tuesday night fixture.
Indeed.
There we go.
So, and while we're talking about fixtures, can I just say, anybody at home, because I can't, well I can, but I can't be asked. But could you put the scores up on the screen for me? Special attention to Swindon and Newport. I want to see what's going on.
Absolutely. Keep us in the loop and we will keep you.
Let us know what's going on in the game so we can all laugh together.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, mate. So we've got that to talk about. As I say, we'll have the live scores. We've got Patterson nominated as League Two Player of the Month. He was my Player of the Month. It was Colin's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, Cole, you know what that means, don't you?
You won't win nothing.
No. You heard it first. Yet again, another exclusive from.
Well, I mean, he ought to be the League Two Player of the Month, really. I mean, I've looked at the candidates against him, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
We'll talk more about that. We will also talk about that team that should never be named in League Two, not the one above, Bromley, and can they be catched? They've had no blips, no injury crisis so far. Will that change? More to come on that tonight as well. And obviously, we've got the game on Tuesday. Is it Kids for a Quid, I believe, Cole? So if you can bring your kids, Kids for a Quid, definitely worth it for a night out.
It's half term, isn't it? It's half term. It's half term.
Exactly. It's not a school night. It's not a school night.
No, it's not a school
night.
So,
come down.
And while we're talking about tickets, getting tickets for Cambridge, we took 1,400 last year.
Well, there's been a blip or two today.
We're only allowed to 1,000 this year, so just over 1,000. So make sure you get in early, as you'll be disappointed. You've got to qualify, I believe. Yeah. But I don't know how long for.
There's been a bit of up and down trying to get tickets.
I have heard there've been a few problems. Anybody's got any problems getting a ticket for the Cambridge game? Come on, let us know what they were. We're not 100% sure what's been going on. I see a few people have been commenting online. But yeah, let us know what's going on.
We are your sounding board. This is your show.
Yeah.
Talking.
I mean, the club watched this, so come on, have your say. We'll get it out on air, and you know,
let them deal with it. Let the cards fall where they may, Cole. They may. Anyway, so we've got a lot to get through tonight. As I say, we'll talk about the Newport game, even though we don't have a guest, but we'll also be talking all things Crawley around 8:30 tonight, or thereabouts from memory. So we'll see, and look forward to having Sam on the show with us as well, and talking all things Crawley, all things the game, all things Scott Lindsay, all things transfer window.
Yeah, Scott Lindsay. I think this is his first. Is this his first visit back at the stadium? It is, isn't it?
It is, yeah, because the last one was away. Yeah, last one was away game.
Yeah.
So yeah, it will be, I think.
Yeah.
There we go. So yeah, we shall see. Anyway, it is that time of the night where we go on our roll call, Cole.
Okay.
So strap yourself in for the next 45.
It went on for over half an hour the other day.
It did. And we're great.
Hello, Ashley. Hello, Ashley.
Ash is first off the mark tonight. Evening legend. Thank you, Ash and Colin. As always, a pleasure, Ash, to have you on here. We've got Glenn. Glenn says, good evening. Evening, Glenn. Hope you're well. Hamid has joined us. He says, back again, ready for the show ahead. Thank you, Hamid.
Well, I'm glad you are.
Someone's got to be, right? And our partner in chief, our passenger in chief, our colleague, Ollie says, "Oi, legends, how are we doing on this wicked Wednesday?" I am doing good, thank you, Ollie. Cheers to you, my friend. Says we're praying for Newport win. You never know after Harrogate at the weekend. Absolutely, mate. Anything can happen in this league, and we just hope.
Can we just talk about Ollie for a moment?
Yes, we can. Go on.
He had rather lots of drink, didn't he, on Saturday?
Ollie enjoyed himself immensely, and I enjoyed the company, to be honest. Yeah,
Ollie was very slurred, wasn't he?
I think Ollie was having a good time.
Yeah, he was necking the beer. I know that.
All I will say, Ollie, is thank you for the Guinnesses. Appreciate it, my friend. Toby says thank you for his drink and his crisps as well. It was appreciated. He's a kind-hearted man, is our Ollie, and love spending time with you, mate. So thanks for making the day a good one. That's for sure. That's for sure. I hope you did enjoy it as well.
I'll have to get my noise-cancelling headphones. But...
Don't listen to him, Ollie. Don't listen to it. Anyway, Matt, good evening, chaps. How are we doing? We are doing all right. I can think of 3 reasons this weekend why I was doing all right. Goals and points, Matt. Goals and points. We'll talk a bit more about that later. Right. A bit of an end-to-end one, that one, but we came out on the right side of it.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing an emu then. More to come on that later in the show. Yeah, there we go. Don, no. Evening. Good evening to you, Don. He says, good evening, gents from recovering Dublin. Don, I hope you're well. I know we caught up last night on Messenger, but glad to see that you're on the mend after your operation, mate. And
good to hear that, Don. Oh, you're okay.
And here's my see your good self there, Don.
Oh, God almighty.
No, I've even got this up for Don as well.
We can see it, yeah. Well, choosing not to mention it.
Exactly right. I'm saying nothing.
Evening, Grant.
Evening, Grant. He said, evening, Donna Donettes. Evening, Grant. Thank you for joining us, mate. As always, pleasure to have you on. We've got Reese. Reese has joined us as well. Reese has said, good evening, gents. Gents, Cole, no less. Gents. He said, shall watch the opening and then probably the rest on catch-up, as is my way. Have a great show. Thank you, my friend. Really appreciate you jumping on. And as always, catch-up is there.
Yeah, indeed. And you'll see, we had a special guest right at the start.
We did.
It was a real brief appearance.
It was a cameo, no doubt. There we are. Yeah. Russ has joined us. Russ says,
a bit of a Scott Hogan appearance there. Didn't do an awful lot, and then he went off.
Past it had more impact in that moment than Scott Hogan has had since signing for our club. Anyway, evening to you, Russ. Thank you for joining, my friend. And hopefully there is a bit more fun to come tonight. That is for sure. Lots to talk about.
Russ.
Chris of Botwoodshire, as we missed it last time, he says, evening. Care to elaborate, Cole? I know why, but care to elaborate?
I accidentally called him John on Saturday. I don't know why.
Twice, I believe.
And then he started calling me Steve. So
I know, right? It was good fun. Actually, Chris, it was lovely to see you. And
it was.
Very nice to see both of you.
Yeah. Trust all's well in Botwood Hall.
Don says, love the flag. Well, what can I say, Don? What can I say? As a new citizen of the Irish Republic.
Anyway, it's been good to see you all tonight. I'm going.
I was duty bound. There is a theme.
I'm on walk tonight.
I know. I'm surprised that vodka smells like very, very suspicious like water, doesn't it? Anyway, Kerry Ann, good evening. Waving to you. There you go. Fantastic stuff. She always waves back, does Kerry Ann. We know this. Thank you for joining, Kerry Ann.
Is Kerry Ann waving? I can't see.
I think she. Yeah, just about. Yeah, just about. I can see that.
Hi,
Nigerian striker, as I say, Kissing Me Hardy. Kissing Me Hardy. It's just been released from Dutch club, FC Admiral. Oh, if only that was true, Harry. That would be a lot of fun. But thank you for the comment and thanks for joining as well, my friend.
Yeah.
We've got no dogs were harmed on the.
No. Although he was very keen to get back to his mum.
Touch and go on that one, Ash. Touch and go, I think. But there we go. He was keen, as he said, to leg it. Ollie has responded and says, place your bets. What country Aiden's going for citizens next legends? My money's on Australia. Whichever passport.
Who knows what nationality he'll be next
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sticking with this lot. I throw him a lot in. Don knows all about that.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm sticking with the Irish. Loving it as well. Parsnip is adorable, Matt says.
I'll let him know, Matt. But I think he already knows.
You've never had it, Cole. No one said we're adorable. We're adorable. But,
No, Parsnip is, apparently.
There you go. Chris has said emu. Emu to you too, Chris.
I've hurt my wrist.
Doing too many emus. That's why, yeah.
Thank you, Kerry Ann.
There we go. He is adorable.
He is.
He is. Very lovely chap. Met him on the weekend and just say very, very docile, very loving and quite a lovely little boy.
Yeah, just like his dad.
Exactly right. Chris has put up an eagle.
Yeah, not an emu.
Crystal Palace, who knows? Chris, context would be good on that one. Anyway, Ash said, were you at Northampton game that got abandoned at half-time 2009?
No, I wasn't.
Yes.
No, I wasn't. Do you
know what? I always put that out of my memory, Ash. But
what was it? Was it snow?
I think
or rain?
I can't remember what it was now. It was so long ago. I was there, and I'm trying to think what it was. Ash, remind me.
Ash, tell us what it was. But I wasn't there.
It's been a long week. I can't even remember last week, let alone last night. Anyway, face green smiling is what Chris has said. So he's putting emojis that don't even work up now, Colin. So we'll see what's happening there. Another one here from Sid Grimm.
Yo!
He said, evening legend, after a great recommendation from my partner who works in the club shop, #Guernsey. And we know exactly.
Who that is.
And lovely to have you join us. Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining. It's always good to get viewers.
Nice to know the shop are watching.
Yeah, exactly. Do a fantastic job as well. All of them. Harry says, evening legends. Evening, Harry. Hope you're well, my friend. Thank you for joining as always, my friend.
Hey,
Sheila has joined us. Good evening,
Sheila.
everyone.
I I can't find it, Sheila. I found it.
Don't you dare tell me you've lost that poster.
Woo!
So yeah, good evening, G, everyone. Maybe she wants to split the G. There we go.
It's getting harder work.
I'm getting everything in I can.
I've got one of my things came in, but can't get another chocolate till tomorrow.
No,
I'm going down there tomorrow to get mine, Grant.
Yeah, Grant, it's been an interesting one, isn't it?
I'll be down there about 11:30, something like that, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's painful. But anyway, there we are. Ash says Palace versus Burnley kickoff 10 minutes late due to local traffic.
All right, well,
there you go.
I've still Man City 1, Fulham 0.
There you go.
Yeah.
We've got Alan. Alan says, did you hear about the MK Don's dog walking business failing?
What a... Right, moving on.
I was waiting for the reaction. Anyway, there we go.
Yeah. That's about that isn't too far from the truth, actually, Alan.
That's very good. Very good, Alan.
Yeah, we try our best to throw the lead away.
We do. Grimsby, we did anyway. That's for
Wickham, Luton, Stevenage, Northampton, hopefully, unless they're all local derbies. Was going to add Oxford, but no one likes visiting the three-sided cabbage patch. League One next season. Not sorry, yeah. Well, hopefully we're there.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, we might even be playing a pub team next year.
With some luck, probably not. Hopefully not. You never know.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, it's too much psychodrama with that one.
Well, so much for the delay. And Palace started before Burnley got there.
Apparently, that's what they're 1-0 up. Anyway, Kane, thank you for joining us. Good evening, all. I'll be bolder than Paul Warren if we end any more games like
that last 10 minutes was a nightmare. It was a nightmare.
Was it a half?
I was in agony. I was in agony watching it.
I
hate injury time. Hate it.
Do you know what? And I say the same, Kane. For me, it was the same as Grimsby, where it's just like you go in one goal, then it's like 1-1, 2 goals, 2-1.
Yeah,
just like here we go again. And I was just praying for that full time whistle. But yeah, it was.
It
was eventful. I won't go into it just yet.
I wasn't watching the game. I was just watching the referee.
I know you were. I think.
I'm going to Barbados.
Good evening from sunny Barbados.
Sunny Caribbean Sea.
From Barbados. There you go. That's impressive. We're global.
Very nice. Very nice.
Cheers to you, Helen, in Barbados. I'm hoping it's a nice time for you. And thank you for tuning in on your break.
Don's Worldwide.
Don's Worldwide, brought to you by Doggy Daycare. There we are. Chris, gold medal for getting the video fixed. Exactly that. Thank you very much, Ryan, as well. I know you tried your best, mate. But,
crikey, Man City 2-0.
They're going all guns for it tonight, aren't they? That's for sure.
Yeah.
So Steve's joined us. Evening, Steve. Hope you're well, mate. And thanks for joining. Good evening, guys. Always like a catch up before I come down to SMK. Treating my wife to
that's very nice of you, Steve. Very nice of you. I booked a table for me and my wife on Valentine's Day.
Have you?
Yeah, I've told her. Don't forget your queue.
Poor Heidi.
Old ones are the best.
Yeah, Steve's all heart.
Carry on. You are, Steve. All
romance is not dead, Steve. Never let it be said that it is. You're doing a good job. Well done. Karen says, good evening, lads. Lovely to see Pastor. Good evening to you, Karen.
Oh, it was. Thanks, Karen. He's 11 weeks old, Karen.
He is, isn't he?
Chucks away.
We've got Arthur with us.
Wing Commander, Bomber Harris.
Wing Commander Harris, ready and waiting. Good to see you.
Oh.
It was rain, Colin. Yes, it was rain. There we go.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember, to be honest. It was such a long time ago. Kerry Ann has said, waving back to you both, watching the show on the TV again. On the TV. We are in 4D, Cole. What a frightening prospect for poor Kerry Ann. There we go. But no, thank you, Kerry Ann. Appreciate it. I tell you, stick a picture in the YouTube comments after the show so we can.
I would love to see Kerry Ann. Yeah, we want to see what your view is, Kerry Ann. So could you take a picture?
Stick it in the comments on Facebook.
Are we able to put pictures up?
I don't know. We can give it a go, but I think after the show you can put it in the comments. I can rip it out of that, and we can do it next week. It's fine.
Well, we'll try and put it up. So send us a Kerry Ann.
Evening to your good self. He said, sorry, I am late from a rainy Liverpool. Be down on Saturday, so good to see you. Hopefully, Don Paulie, when you come down.
Oh, so yeah, and I see you down here, Don
Look
Paulie.
forward to the game. I look forward to the game. Look forward to seeing them, mate. Well, fantastic stuff. King Noob says, grandson says, everyone all looking forward to Newport and Walsall. I'm looking forward to Newport. Walsall, maybe a little bit more hesitant on that one, but we'll see. Hopefully.
I'm looking forward to Crawley Town.
Are you?
Yeah, I just want to, I just feel like we owe him something, you know what I mean?
Check. Postal order?
I don't know. I don't know. I just like him to experience a bit of hurt, you know, like we had when he was managing.
Yeah, do you know what?
And I use the term managing loosely.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's the same as the away game, right? It's called like an ex-manager derby, if there's such a thing. It's always one of those games where you just know that form goes out the window, and it's going to be the 2 games this season he wants to get something from. So I'm a little bit concerned, although we should have enough in our locker to deal with it.
Yeah, time. KTS can't play.
Yeah, Lewis said, MK Dons 2-1, he reckons. Callum Patterson scored twice. Is Kane Thompson Summers joined the Bristol Rovers?
Yeah, he couldn't play, remember, when we played Bristol Rovers. So, yeah. No, he's only on loan there.
Well, who knows? It may be an option to buy. None of us know, but on loan.
Well, yeah, but he's on loan. So, when we played him, he couldn't play.
Yeah, he was tied, as you say. Matt, he said, evening all, a bit late, come on you Dons. And that, Colin, is a great way to finish the comments. There we go, we got through it in quick time tonight. 8 minutes past 8. Almost 20 minutes. There you go.
That either means 2 things. People aren't responding to us, or
we're getting quicker at it. We're getting
quicker at it, yeah.
We're getting quicker at it. Anyway,
yeah,
I think that's a good piece of intersection to say. Roll something, Cole, and then we'll talk a bit more.
Yeah, all right, let's watch a bit of Luke Payne, shall we? Yeah?
I think we should.
Roll VT.
Right, we've got another game to cover, and this time it is the away game at Cheltenham, of course, the 3-2 win. Now, I wasn't actually at this game, so as usual, highlights, interviews, all that sort of thing will be what I'm going off for this particular game. It looked like I'd say a reasonably strong start. We've had yet another sort of early chance for Collins that he probably should have put away. I think he's at the point where he just needs a goal. His sort of general performance has been reasonable last few games. He just needs that goal, I think, for the sake of confidence, to start putting those chances away again. But of course, we did eventually take the lead regardless. Nelson getting on the score sheet with a sort of towering header, which is always nice. And then Patterson picked up on a mistake for the second goal. And I mean, his scoring record at the minute is outstanding. I think disappointingly, just before half time, we've managed to concede one. I think the main probably has to be a little bit stronger in his challenge there. It's one of those where a player shouldn't get straight through the middle of us like that, and it's disappointing to concede an open play goal from that sort of position, really. You could even make a debate saying that McGillivray could have done more with it, because it wasn't the most ferocious of strikes, if I'm being totally honest. But I think just as a whole, we could have defended that one better. But we did go on and get a third goal. Ekpiteta to get 2 goals, 2 games, so that's nice for him. And of course gave us that sort of 2-goal advantage again, and put us to that sort of magic 3 goals. That seems to be our sort of number. We need 3 goals to win a game, which is a slight concern, because you'd like to think we could hold out, your 2-0s, your 2-1s, those sorts of score lines. I feel like we should be able to hold those better with the players we have. But to be fair, that's highlighted by the fact that Cheltenham did get a second goal. And for me, this one's on Gethin Jones. He just didn't track back at all. And you can see McGillivray's absolutely fuming with him in the highlights as soon as that goes in. So yeah, just a couple of moments where we switched off. And unfortunately, that's made it a lot closer of a game than it perhaps should have been. But ultimately, at this stage of the season, it's about getting the 3 points, and we have done that. I know Paul Warren was saying about, I think it was 11 wins or something like that. It's about reaching I think it's the 84 point mark is our target. So that's 1 less win we need to get now, which is great. And we've got a couple of home games coming up against with all due respect, favourable opposition. And just as a random side note, we have now surpassed the amount of points we had last season, so we physically cannot have a worse season, although I don't think anyone was ever in any doubt that that was going to be a problem. But yeah, no, our next 2 games, Newport and Crawley, so both not in the greatest form, both in that kind of relegation scrap. I know Newport haven't won away since October or something like that. Crawley's form has been a little bit more hit and miss. They've got a couple of results away. I think their last away win was Barrow about 5 games ago. But really, I think if we have anything about us in a promotion capacity, this has to be another 6 points. If we're saying that we need 84 points to finish the season, well, this needs to be 2 of those wins, and it makes that sort of end goal a lot easier. There are potential banana skins. I look at Crawley especially. Like I said, they can be hit and miss, and this will be a bit more of an emotionally charged game. Obviously, the whole Lindsay thing, and now so many of these players have returned to Crawley, including Orsi, who has since been at a club that shall not be named. I think we're in a good position here to be able to kick on and get 6 points. But come on, you Dons. Emu.
It's a trend. Thank you, Luke, for the emu. There you go. You weren't expecting that, Cole, were you?
It's catching on, isn't it? It's catching on. I can see people turning up to the last game of the season dressed as emus.
Or dressed as Rod Hole carrying emu would be more impressive in his shocking pink suit. Although you never know, they might start selling mascot emus in the shop because of Don's Unplugged.
There you go. So if you're still watching and in the shop, we need
emus.
Don's themed emus. Yeah,
Don's themed emus. There we go. Anyway, thank you, Luke. As always,
tell Liam.
So, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a couple of points I want to
go for it, Cole. You go for it.
From what he said. Collins, yeah, I've got to agree. I think that's about the second or third one-on-one he's had lately, and he hasn't stuck it away.
He's frozen on us.
I think if it's that.
Oh, you're there, Cole. You're back with us.
My back.
You're back. There we go. Go for it.
Good.
You talk about Collins. He needs to get that goal.
He needs to get a one-on-one opportunity round the keeper, side foot it in the back of the net, peel away, salute the fans, and I think he'll be away then. Pato showed him how to do it. I just think 3 goals this season. I mean, I know he's been out injured and all the rest of it, but if we're gonna go up, he needs to be starting in the back of the net, I think. And the other point was, obviously, it was down the far end. We didn't have a brilliant view of it. It seemed like a defence splitting pass. But I was amazed at how much room Gethin Jones gave. I think it was Isaac Hutchinson, who had already flagged up as a danger. And you're winning 3-1. 3 minutes to go side. That was naive, and I hope somebody's dribbed him to the side and had a little chat with him and said, "Look, mate, we don't need to be pushing on at 3-1. Get the right side of your player, and have a bit of discipline in your game,
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Cole. I mean, for me, firstly, it was great to see Nelson score. I thought that was great.
Oh,
great
brilliant. Love the guy. The guy.
Yeah, I think for me, all the effort he's put in since day one, he's walked through the door. I mean, it's just reward to see those goals go in from him. And I
think last week we were considering him for Player of the Month, weren't we?
Exactly, and I'm saying
after 354 days without a game, we were thinking about giving him the Player of the Month.
Exactly that. And look, he's made a hell of an impact. And it's nice to see that we've got an aerial threat from defence for set pieces as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing that we've missed a little bit. I think, that was great. In terms of the game itself, I mean, the 3-2, I agree. The first goal, I mean, you could be critical, and I take Luke's point, but I think more of that came down to we were pressing and left space, and they exploited it pretty well.
I felt the main had 2 opportunities to get rid of it, and I think he just tried to be a little bit
too much.
I think he tried to be a little bit clever, and rather than launch it down the field, and you're in the twilight of the injury time in the first half. Get rid of it, mate. Stick it in that tree behind the back of the goal.
Exactly that. But I think, like you say, I thought he tried to do too much. Yeah. But it's one of those. It was one of those, and I could see it going. And I mean, those goal boxes were disgusting in terms of the mud and all the rain. It'd been awful. Poor Craig.
When we were looking at that first half, I was quite surprised how bad it was.
It was pretty awful. So, again, I thought we took the goals well. I thought Pato took his goal well. I thought Big Marv, again, 2 games, 2 goals. Really pleased for the guy. Really.
Ironically, what was I doing just before he scored?
Well, I know what you were doing. Please share.
I was saying, get him off. He's a bloody liability. And then he scored. So, but I did feel safer with Sanders on the pitch, I must admit.
Yeah, do you know what, though? I'm pleased for Marv because he's come on. He's staking his claim.
Marv scoring.
He's staking his claim. And again, that's the whole point. You've got depth and you've now got people pushing each other. He's raised his game in turn. I think
he needs to because he's got a mistake in him. He's got a mistake in him.
But, again, if he's going to score goals every week, I'll take that, Cole. To be quite honest, maybe stick him up front. Maybe stick him up front. That could be a thing. But no, look, I thought three good goals from us. Their second goal, I'm with you. I thought Gethin Jones was given too much space here. I don't know what was going on.
Well, Gethin Jones was behind him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, Isaac Hutchinson went the other side. I think it was Isaac Hutchinson. He went the other side of him. And I looked at Gethin Jones and he's like 2 or 3 yards in his wake. And I'm thinking, mate, what's going on? That's naive. That is naive.
Really naive. But again, these things.
87th minute, and you're the wrong side of your player.
Yeah, I mean, these things. It just seemed like, to me, it seemed like he switched off because it was towards the end.
Oh, yeah, I think he did. I think 3-1, 87 minutes, this game's over. And all of a sudden, long ball over the middle, bang, and he's the wrong side. And he's chasing thin air. Yeah,
exactly. So, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those. 3-0. There you go. Palace 2-0. Just give you some updates. I'll come on to that in a sec. Jeff says, have you watched Crawley recently?
I watched them last night.
They weren't great. But again, Jeff, what I would say is on that one, it comes down to that whole derby piece that Luke mentioned last time we played them. They weren't playing well, but they managed to do something.
Well, we'll talk about Crawley with the Crawley guest, won't we? But there's a lot to talk about Crawley, isn't there? A lot.
There is. Especially this bringing the band back together situation.
I mean, I couldn't have put it better myself. It's like, gee, we got the band back together. You know what I mean? Oh. Really?
That shows you're out of ideas.
But we'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, and we'll also talk about the credibility of some of that, if you know what I mean, about where they've got some of these players from.
Absolutely. Sorry, this Sheila said, "Haven't won away." Famous last word, Luke. Really want Dons to really play the second half. So tired of dreading those last 10 minutes. Yeah, it's one of those, we can't seem to get out of our system.
I know how you feel, Sheila. I had bloody nightmares in the last 10. Wouldn't it be nice, Sheila, to go to a game and in the last 10 minutes just look around, see everybody enjoying themselves? We're winning 3-0. They haven't had a shot on target. Craig McGivray sitting there at a nice table, having a cup of tea, a jam donut. Wouldn't it be lovely, eh? Wouldn't it be lovely?
It'd be nice. It would be nice, right? But I think it's us, right? And I think that's the one critique I've got at the moment is we just can't. The set pieces bit worries me. Every time a set piece against us, we don't seem to be able to defend it very well, and we just seem to switch off. And I think that's the problem at the moment.
We go into panic mode.
Yeah, exactly that. And I think if we can get that out of our game, which is easier said than done, but at the moment the saving grace is more often than not. I say more often, not because it doesn't happen every week, but we seem to score more goals than not, so we don't lose the game. But I think there's a few points this season that we've thrown away, which we could have easily picked up.
Oh,
Chesterfield, Grimsby are just two to name of recent.
It's like sickening because although you haven't lost or anything of that nature, you feel like you've lost, don't you? You feel we're coming away from Grimsby. You feel like you've lost, don't you?
Yeah, 100%.
100%. And you don't want to give them any art. But,
no.
You want to demoralise teams at the top of the table, I mean, we've got Cambridge and Walsall. Wouldn't it be nice to really, put them under?
I think we can, Cole.
That sends a message round. That sends a message round the league. That does.
It does.
Hell. They went to Walsall and won 3-0. Gee, they went to Cambridge, who haven't lost since God's dog was a puppy, and and they've restricted Cambridge to one shot.
Yeah, something like that'd be amazing.
That's what we want.
Mm. No, I think
whether we get it or not, will be another matter.
We could do it, and we've got the ability to. That's the point. So it's one of those. So I'm not negative. I'm optimistic on these things, but the critical tipping point for me is we're fourth. This is where we need to win to keep.
Well, saying that, what Josh has just written there,
exactly that.
I watched last night, and they do want to try and play it on the floor.
Yeah, it was a Scotland.
I'm afraid when they went behind to Cambridge, they started to chasing it, and it got a little bit stretched, and then Sully Kai scored 2 goals.
Yeah, evening, by the way, Josh, to you.
Yeah, evening, Josh.
Thank you for joining me.
But good point, that, Josh.
It is, and I don't like you say that they do play football. That's the Scott Lindsay way, dare I say, but I just don't think they've got the tools in the box to deliver it this season, to be quite honest. And bringing the band back together again, we'll talk to Sam a bit more about that. I've got some of my own thoughts on that as well. Notts Forest and Wolves 0-0. Could Wolves pick up another point? There you go. That's going to be an interesting one, particularly with Tottenham sacking their manager Cole for watching the Premier League. So there's could pull Tottenham into the mix if Forest win that one. Half time as well from Ash. He says 3-0 to Man City. Yeah. So there you go on those ones, and then just get through a few more comments, and then we'll come back onto all things Dons. But yeah, again, Karen says I agree with you, Colin, on Marv. He jangles my nerves quite often. Yeah,
me and Karen are on the same wavelength. I can see that.
Yeah, but no, I like.
You feel that Marv has always got. I mean, do you remember in the first half? He lost the ball in a really bad position, but he got back and he saved the day. You know, they all went over and patted him, and I can understand why they patted him. But on another day, he ain't going to get back. You know what I mean?
No, I get you on that, Cole. I get you on that. But like I say, I just think the fact is that he's been dropped, that he's trying to raise.
And we can't have Karen's nerves being jangled.
Quite. But no, I think for me, look, you know, when you see a player respond to being dropped, that is the way to respond, as Marv done. He's put some goals in the box. Yeah, he's making the effort. We all know maybe the quality is the quality. It's certainly not the quality of Sanders and Nelson, but that's because
Alford, the unsung hero.
But that's because the bar has been raised yet again in January.
And it needs to be raised.
Yeah, exactly that.
You know,
exactly that.
I mean, do you remember we spoke about this the other week when we got this young lad in as a keeper, 6'5", Ajax. You know, supposed to be. A future England keeper. He's played in under 16, 17, 18, 20, 21. He's supposed to be there. Truman is not going to push McGivray.
Of course he's not.
This young lad will.
Well, you'd hope. Yeah.
Well, you'd hope so. Yeah.
But no, I mean, as I say, look, you know, we all know he's got a mistake in him. But I just say, when you've been dropped, there are players whose heads sink and they can't be bothered. Marv has been the other way, and he's trying, and you can see that.
Fair play to Marv. Fair play.
And like I say, if he keeps banging them in, stick him up front. You never know. He could be giving Collins a run for his money at this rate, Cole. I think the Collins thing for me, and just to finish up on that before we go on to all things Crawley, our guest is in the green room, by the way. I really think for me, it's more about the fact that he does everything else right. It's just that last bit at the moment, putting the goal away, is what he needs to really go on a run. And I think a bit like Patterson.
I think if Collins scores in the next game, 2 games, 3 games, whatever, I think he'll kick on. I really do.
Like
he needs that confidence.
Yeah, he does.
He's had 2 or 3 one-on-ones, and he's.
I mean, that one-on-one.
The first touch on Saturday was appalling.
Yeah, well, the one-on-one we all thought should have been in, and it just anyway.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm not going to critique the guy because he puts the effort in all around his game. Lucky he needs to
fall. Just wish he'd win a header now and again.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Half time, Villa 0, Brighton 0.
Yeah, loads of scores coming through from Ash. Thank you, Ash, for the Premier League. He said Palace 2.
Burnley have pulled one back.
And interesting, Grant says this, and it says we owe Crawley a hiding, apparently. So I wouldn't disagree with that. Whether we'd see that, I'd be surprised. Like I say, I've got my thoughts on it. We'll talk to Sam a bit more.
I agree with Grant, although I'll take a 1-0 off somebody's backside.
Same.
Yeah.
Both League 2 are 0-0. Yep. Interesting.
Cheers, Don.
Cheers for that one, Don. Appreciate it, mate. Probably better than Cheltenham scored just before halftime meant we couldn't sit back and let them attack us. Yeah, exactly that. But then having said that, you know, again, it's just nerve jangling.
I mean, the one thing I will say, I still don't think we've got the hang of this hanging on to a lead. I really think that, I'm not saying we go hell for leather, but I think we need to keep pushing. We seem to
100%.
withdraw, and we're not good at defending. We're not. We're good at defending, but we're not good at defending a lead.
No, and the thing is, we did this at Grimsby, where we got the goals, we came out, and we didn't carry on going for it. We should have just carried on as we did, because we would have probably done well to have been out of sight by the end of that game.
Yeah.
But it's a dynamic, second half dynamic. Whatever's going on at the moment, that needs to be sorted out. But as I say, it's one of those.
I read a criticism about McGiveray not saving that second one. You don't save them, you read about them.
Yeah, of course you do.
You know what I mean? That was long gone. That was not Craig McGiveray's fault. That's Gethin Jones. I'm sorry. If you think it's McGiveray, you're wrong.
Exactly. No, I agree with you, Cole. But it was
switch off now and go and watch Coronation Street.
Yeah. But like I say, well taken goal, I thought, anyway, to be fair.
Well, we highlighted the guys of danger, didn't we?
We did.
And he's duly obliged.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Cheltenham, overall this season, I think they'll be fine, Cole.
I think they will be, I think
they've got to make into a good side. Next season, I can see them being at the top, to be quite
honest. I don't think Cheltenham have got anything to worry about.
No, so what they say, we'll wish him well anyway. But on to the next, as I say, we'll go through a few comments before we bring Sam in. But Josh said the other goals we conceded is the player skipping past the defender, then unleashing a howitzer. Kai for Cambridge.
We've been beaten by a few worldies, haven't we?
Yeah, but no, to Josh's point, Kai, that worries me as well, the one that got away from my perspective. The Shrewsbury goal, Vernon versus us at home, Hutchinson. Yeah, exactly that, Josh. I couldn't agree more, mate. That's a bit of a game that we need to be thinking about.
Do you think this has got anything to do with the way we defend? Is we're not really letting people in close for those, box in the box situations where we're always forcing people to shoot from distance. And how many did they kick in the trees on Saturday in that big tree? Yeah, loads went in there. It's inevitable they're going to get one on target sooner or later.
Yeah, but I'm with you on it. I think it's people are taking a chance. I wish we would take a chance from range at times, because there's sometimes I just think, come on, be a bit more daring at times when you got.
Yeah, when Kelly pulls his foot back, I think, go on, boy, put your foot through it.
Because when he's done well. To be fair, he's done well.
Karen, I agree with you again.
Yeah, he has. But like I say, I think Colin and I, we both spoke about the effort he puts in on.
He puts. But for somebody we paid about 800 grand for.
But one of the highest paid players in League Two as well. Let's not forget.
Yeah, he should be doing more.
But yeah, we'll see. As I say, all we can do is keep backing the lads and hoping for the best. But I think he'll get there. I do think he'll get there.
Exactly, Ash. 100%, mate. 100%.
You can't blame GMAC for it. No, I don't either, Ash. I think it's one of those, mate. It's the defence let him down both times, really. He was caught. Particularly for the first one. But again, like I say, I think I'm not going to critique the main too much because I like him. I think he's a good player.
A far be it from me to correct you, Ashley. It's CMAC.
CMAC, not GMAC. Who knows? What? Yeah.
Palace 2, Burnley 3.
Things are getting interesting in the Premier League down the bottom, right? But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about things far more important. League Two. League Two is where it's at. And I think it's an appropriate time to bring in our guest from that team that we stole so many players from, but they've now reclaimed so many back. And like I say, it's always an interesting game. I always quite look forward to this one. But Sam, welcome. Thanks so much for coming back on the show.
No worries. Hi, guys. How are you?
All right, Sam,
how are you doing, more importantly,
after last night? Moment.
Yeah, I was probably better when I spoke to you at the start of the season because we weren't doing as poorly as we are now. Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, you've teed it up great because my first question, Sam, is like, since we caught up and since obviously Lindsay, the transfer window, I say you used the term loosely, but bringing the band back together, obviously, and things like that. What's been your take so far on the season? I mean, I know it's not been pretty, but, were you expecting things to play out the way they've panned out? Are the players that come in the window, were they good options?
Before you answer that, I want to complain. It took me half an hour to write all your transfers down.
Oh, dear. Well,
right, go for it. The band is back together.
The first thing I'm going to say, I have got Swindon Newport in the background, and I'm a big Swindon fan tonight. Obviously, down at the bottom, we obviously you boys want Newport to win, and we want Swindon to win. Well, so at the start of the season, the gaffer and the ownership group was about promotion, so which has never really happened for Crawley Town. So when we started poorly and continued poorly, we kind of weren't expecting it, but obviously now, 31 games in, we are where we are. And then, obviously, some of the fans a bit maybe should Scott still be here, should not still be here. And then when they go and sign 13 players in January, well, you're back in the gaffer, aren't you? Whoever they are, absolutely. So never know a January window like it. Lots of loan players, lots of people.
Do you know who everybody is yet?
Yeah, no. I think they're still doing intros now. So and with 13 players, we kind of thought, oh, how's it going to turn out? We had a 2-week gap in January, which I think helped. And then we went to Barrow. We scored in the last minute a few weeks ago at Barrow, and I kind of thought, wow, like that's it, we've won. Is this it? The way we scored at the end, so far away from home, is this going to turn our season? Then went to Walsall 3 days later and got a decent point, and we played really well. Should have won, really.
Good.
But what's the story? Because I looked at that game, and you had the bulk of possession. Yeah, you really did. They were on the right back foot. I mean, I will say one thing: we're talking about Walsall now, like Christmas decorations. They start coming down in December. I mean, I'm not taking nothing away from you because I'll tell you, we've got them in a couple of weeks, and if we go there and get a point, I'll be happy.
We have only won 6 games, but that's probably our best performance of the season, honestly, without winning. And we play far better also than Barrow. We got a point, we were saying that before the game. Then we host Harrogate, beat Harrogate. So hang on a minute. Band's back together, 13 new signings, 7 points from 9. Here we go. All right. And then we have 2 back-to-back home games, Crewe and Cambridge, and we lose both. And then we kind of think, oh no, here we go, 5 points off the drop. Teams blurs, games in hand, only 15 games left. So it's got such a roller coaster of emotion, really, kind of going really poor. All these players, here we go, band back together. Few results. Oh no, back-to-back defeats again. So yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all. It's interesting. I had a look last night after the game back to the season where we just stayed up a few years ago, and we actually had 26 points after 31 games that season. But we're actually in the bottom. But we're actually in the bottom 2 at that point. So I think, how do you look at that? Do you look at it in a positive way because we're not in the bottom 2 and there's 2 teams much worse than us? We've got a 5-point gap, or do you think, blimey, we are really that bad again? So
it must be when you see Harrogate winning and things like that, and you think, where the hell did that come from?
We played them and they were poor. Yeah, we weren't amazing. We beat them, and then host Cambridge, who are on this massive run. You think, well, they're never going to win that, and they win. You think, no. And then
apparently every bookie in the country was clapping them.
Yeah, but actually the worst bit about that was then Cambridge next game was us. And they want to bounce back, and then they beat us 3-0, and you think, great. So not only are they beating Harrogate down there with us, but they beat us as well. So, and we didn't play too great, but that you can tell they're going to be up there. It's great to have all these players back, but it's not looking good at the moment.
No, so I mean, Sam, what do you think was going wrong this season? Obviously, it's from the start. Because do you think it's a mix?
We haven't got that long.
But do you think it's a mix of the players that he came back in, weren't the right fit, and he's sort of been trying to plug gaps until January? What do you think's been
the recruitment was poor. Whatever the strategy was didn't work. There were some desperate signings in there. It was round pegs and square holes for sure. And then we've obviously had this January window, and kind of Scott's come out and said we're a window ahead of where we want to be. But let's see. I think there's a long way to go still, but it's tough. It's so tough. I mean, the last 4 years of the Crawley fan, we nearly got relegated, got from Wembley, got relegated, and now we are where we are. It's like, can we just finish mid-table for one season like we used to all the time? And everyone wanted playoffs. Now I'm like, can we just finish mid-table?
Sam, understand what I'm going to say now is I'm going to try and be respectful. I really am, but I'd love your point of view because we go to Derby County and we pick up Curtis Nelson, players like that, yeah? Wiles, Matete, people like that. And I'm looking at the people you recruited and I'm wondering, are they good enough to pull you out of it? Because I've got one here. I've got one here from Shamrock Rovers. I've got another one here from Glentoran. I've got another one here from, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know any. I don't know any. I mean, I might shoot myself in the foot, and these guys come out on Tuesday and rip us a new arse. But I'm just wondering, there's recruiting and recruiting. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, what I would say is obviously you've got Liam Kelly and you've got Rushnet Murphy from us, so we haven't always had bad signings.
I'm not saying that.
No. One of the Irish lads is Johnny Russell, and he's actually unfortunately got injured on Saturday, but he started really well at left wing back.
He's a fullback, isn't he?
Yeah. So he started well. So I mean, let's see. I think the problem is in January, as everyone knows, when you sign a whole load of players, you haven't got time to gel. especially down the bottom. It's not
oh well, that's what I'm thinking. I mean,
Yeah.
I think you threw 7 players in the deep end, didn't you? The first game.
Yeah. And to be fair, the ones who were playing on the Scott before should adjust quicker. But the likes of Horsey and Norris haven't played loads of games this season, so they're still finding their feet. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, Horsey's blighted his copybook in our book.
Exactly.
But I mean, playing for that scummy team.
Not you.
Wimbledon, yeah. Not you. Well, we don't say that word.
We're not. I wouldn't say we're rivals, but we had a big kind of like little rivalry back in the National League days when we were fighting to get back in the Football League with them, and they're quite local. So, and a lot of our fans see that as a big away day for us. So, yeah, a few fans when he returned obviously loved it, but like we don't normally like signing AS Wimbledon players. So yeah, but he hasn't hit the ground running yet. He hasn't scored. He's obviously working hard on that, but he hasn't scored. But I think Scott's gone back to tried and tested, hoping it pays off again, and obviously time will tell.
Yeah, I mean the interesting one for me on the transfers, was it Vassell and Richards are both on 6 month contracts. So do you know what that was about at all?
Well, to be fair, so Theo Vassell, he's been playing really well. I mean, he got injured last night, so it looks like he's out for 6 to 8 weeks. But he slotted in remarkably well, and for me, I'm thinking, why wasn't he playing at the start of the season when he slotted in so well? And Dion Conroy, the skipper who led us to obviously victory over you boys and then at Wembley, has kind of been bombed out, not playing, and Theo Vassell's come in. So I think he's done well. Taylor Richards, he got sold for £2.5 million at one point, and has come in. He scored the worldie of a winner at Barrow. Only really made subs appearances since then. I think we've gambled and taken a few punts on these players to see what happens and whether they stay next year or not. But Theo Vassell's definitely settled in well. Taylor Richards, time will tell if he gets a regular spot. But we kind of made a few punts in the summer with some players like Reece Brown, who hadn't played for a while, and they didn't pay off. So we need a couple to pay off this time around, I think.
Just for those of you at home who are wondering about all these players we're talking about, Crawley signed 13 players in January. 13. I mean, that's going back to a sort of we used to do
our
things
summer
like that,
window.
didn't we? Yeah, our summer window. You know,
last year.
It took me to the December to work out who they all were.
We signed 11 midfielders, if you remember.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's bizarre.
But then, I mean, in all seriousness, Sam, do you think that's a reflection of the squad that you had pre-January, that they are so poor, that's why you've gone for so many? Or
yeah, I think so, to be fair. Yeah, I mean whatever anyone thinks of the owner, he's put his hand in his pocket, he's invested lots of money in bringing these players in, and it does demonstrate how poorly we were doing, and how let down the gaffer felt. So obviously,
do you think they got it wrong in the summer? Is that what you said?
Yeah, with a lot of them, I think, and I think the gaffer's probably gone to the owner and gone, I need some reinforcements. But to be fair, if these guys don't pay off, the owner's rightly going to be looking at Scott going, well, you asked for a whole new team. I'm giving you a whole new team now, and you haven't delivered. And there's still time for him to deliver, of course. So, yeah, big 15 games coming up for Scott Lindsay. Because I think that half the Crawley fans are not sure where we go with him now. Half the Crawley fans are still living off the loyalty of what he's done before, which is fair enough. Time will tell.
See, that's an interesting thing for me, Sam, because you talk about Lindsay there. I mean, obviously, it's MK when he came. We used to hear, and again, you probably understand this more, but we used to hear that the post-match commentary was almost delusional at times, because he would be like, well, we picked the wrong team. It's like, you're the gaffer, you picked the team. Yeah. Or, we made the wrong substitute. Or whatever.
It was like the Keir Starmer of football.
I was too heartbroken to listen to any of Scott's post-match press conference with you guys. But I think I said this in the summer. I do genuinely wonder what he would have done with you guys this year if he had the money in the summer. And he might not have done very well. Of course not. I think he's very passionate. He wears his heart on his sleeve, and I think he's quite honest, but sometimes probably says the wrong thing in the moment because he's so living on the edge, and he puts it in. There was one post-match interview a few weeks ago when we were doing really badly, he started choking up, saying how much effort he puts in. So no one can question his input and his effort. It's just whether the outputs are going to be good enough. And it's a big time for him though, because he wasn't at Swindon long. He then obviously came to us and done an amazing job, and then came to you guys and got sacked. And then now he's with us, not doing so at the moment. So a big moment for him, because if it doesn't go right for him now, this time, is anyone else in the Football League going to take a punt on him? You never know.
And that's the question I was going to say. Do you think the Lindsay bubble's burst?
It's really hard because it's kind of heart and head, really, for me. Whatever I think, I don't think they'll pull the trigger now because they've invested so much in January. I think they'll give them the rest of the season. And also, with the way we play football, as you guys know more than most, can anyone else come in and do that with the players he's now assembled to play that way? I don't know. But obviously, when you look at everyone else around you changing managers, the only team that hasn't is Harrogate. And obviously, I don't know if you guys know because being live, but Barrow changed their manager in the last hour.
Again, didn't know that.
Yeah, so Paul Gallagher's gone and Dino Mammaria, the expert manager's come in.
You're joking, Dino Mammaria?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
So I think when everyone else changed their managers, obviously a lot of people think, "Oh, should we?" But yeah, I mean, we need 6 or 7 wins from 15. That's what we need. And obviously, Tuesday night.
You've obviously looked at the fixtures. You've obviously looked at the fixtures.
Yeah, well, so I have.
Have you got any big 6-pointers?
Yeah, April, massive. In April, we play Shrewsbury, Bristol Rovers, and Newport, all in April. So in that last 6 weeks of the season, and 2 of those away from home as well. So it's going to be massive. And hopefully, we get to that point and we've got a bit of a cushion. But yeah, it's tough, especially with Shrewsbury have a new manager, Barrow have a new manager. The Newport gaffer doing okay.
We feel for you. We feel for you, Sam, because last season we were sitting here and half our fans thought we were going to be in the National League. I'll tell you,
it was touch and go for a while. And ironically,
it was touch and go. Yeah.
But ironically, Scott Lindsay coming in and that post December it went wrong, but before that, I think he'd done just enough to keep us up. Ironically,
yeah.
Ironically, so look, I think moving into this game, I guess against us next week, but. How do you see it playing out, Sam? I mean, I call it the ex-manager derby, if there's something. Because I look at the previous game, form went out the window, and it was just play for the manager. And I think maybe that could be something again that might be seen.
I was at that game at your place. I thought your lot were obscene.
Yeah, I actually...
They overperformed, I thought.
Well, I thought it was a good game, and it was interesting. It's very early days, isn't it, in August, and you kind of wonder how it's going to play out. But we were really good that day, and you could tell you were going to be good as well. And I think there was lots of chances for more goals. So Ben Clavering ball. Look, as a Crawley fan, I don't expect anything coming to your place. We're awful on the road. You're flying. But obviously, snap your hands up for a point. But yeah, you've got Scott Lindsay returning, massive. Jay Williams returning, massive. Horsey returning. And look, don't get me wrong, Jay Williams is now a skipper and he's absolutely bang up for every game. But he is going to be that little bit more bang up for that game. And look, you don't know what the gaffer's going to say in the dressing room, but he might be saying, look, lads, last time we were here, remember what happened to those who were there, which is quite a few now.
And a few of them might go, what?
Yeah. But yeah, look, you never know. And we've got Tranmere away Saturday, which on paper is an easier away game. And obviously then we travel to you boys. So a long trip before coming to you, and obviously we've got our centre half's now injured, which is not ideal. But yeah, I'm not expecting anything, but we need to pick up some wins very quickly.
Jay Williams, I mean, obviously he was at our place and all the rest of it. I always felt he was a red card walking.
Yeah. It's funny you say that.
He sails very close to the wind, doesn't he?
Yeah. If you said that to me at the start of the season, I totally agree 100%. And there's still times in games where he is now, but he's much more level-headed now. I don't know whether that's because he's skipper and he's got the armband on. Like at Crewe, he kind of lost his head a bit. But he's got a lot less bookings than last season. I don't know whether he's just kind of wised up, or that's maybe the gaffer saying when he brought him back he needs to be a bit calmer. But yeah, he definitely is a lot more calmer. He still will be crunching a few of you boys. Don't worry. And obviously, it's gonna be interesting in the middle of the park because him and Liam Kelly were good mates, weren't they? Obviously playing alongside each other in that season. But Liam will be trying to dodge around, and I'm sure Joe will be grabbing him a few times.
I can see Kelly getting fouled of it.
Oh yeah, but even like Darcy and Lolos, who would have played with Kelly, and they'll be playing a similar position on the pitch, and obviously Scott knows Liam Kelly as good as anyone, so he's going to know what to do in that position. It'll be interesting to see what happens because we normally play.
We'll probably play Danny Crowley.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But we normally play 2 number 10s, so it'd be interesting to see what Liam Kelly does with the 2 number 10s, and do we put someone on Liam Kelly? Because obviously Liam Kelly's fantastic on the ball, and I'm really pleased for Liam, because when he left us to come to you, everyone was devastated. I didn't think it was the right move for him. No disrespect, but you go from getting promoted and then drop down again. I was like, I don't think that's right for him. So whoever he went to, and then obviously I think he got offered out in the summer, didn't he? Because you obviously signed lots of Colin,
he had a bad season last season.
Really
but look at him now; he's one of your best players.
He's the first person on the card, mate.
Absolutely, and it's interesting. I remember when Yap Stan was at Reading, and obviously he hasn't gone on to have a great management career, but Yap Stan was a top player, and he took him to final. Like Yap Stan would not take any he's Irish, and Liam, to any random player to final with him unless he's a top player. So yeah, Liam's got great potential, and I actually think he could play in League One easy.
I think so.
Just in case anybody, I mean, we were talking about the potential conflict in the middle of the field. Polite way of putting it. We got a rookie referee on Saturday, first time in the EFL, so that's going to be interesting.
Is that for our game or Saturday?
Oh no, sorry. Oh, sorry. No. I beg your pardon. I tell a lie. The guy on Tuesday has only ref 3 games.
Oh, okay.
Saturday I'm talking about. Yeah, but the guy on Tuesday has only ref 3 games before.
They probably realised Jay Williams was playing, and you have to referee at least 3 games.
Right, and I think I'm right in saying this guy on Tuesday. Come on, I'll let you two have a guess. How many players do you think he booked in one game? And it was National League North playoff final. How many players do you reckon he booked in one game?
9.
10.
You're both miles out.
All right, 1.
16.
16?
He booked 16 players.
Wow.
And that's the guy we got on Tuesday.
And he's still refing for a living.
Yeah.
Can we go back to the Jay Williams bit? Yeah, he'll definitely get sent off.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly, get sent off. Incredible, Cole. Incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, so the guy we've got on Tuesday's been 3 games. The guy we've got on Saturday when we play Newport, this is his first EFL game. So
interesting, because Scott has been rightly critical of the officials this season, and I think rightly so. And I've seen a lot of games neutral as well, and I think the standard's really, really poor, and it'll be interesting to see. And I just think both ways. Sometimes, like we put tackles in, I think that's a foul and a yellow card, and it's not. And I just, it's actually concerning. Actually, it's interesting those stats, Colin, because you think, why is someone doing their first game this Saturday, and why is someone doing their 3rd game Tuesday? Is that because we haven't got enough?
I know. At this stage of the season,
yeah. Is that because we've got rid of a load of rubbish referees? Like, what? That's concerning. I don't get it.
I don't really know, but I'll tell you what, mate. I mean, I do a little referees report that I published this morning on our Facebook page. And I said, it almost feels like we're becoming guinea pigs to blood these referees. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've had loads that haven't reffed an EFL game before.
Yeah. My biggest frustration is that all the players are full-time, all the staff's full-time, and the officials are part-time. Absolute bonkers. That's got to change. That's got to change.
I couldn't agree more, Sam. Couldn't agree more. It's so frustrating because it's the inconsistency as well. We've seen it. I think the biggest one for us, and you can probably watch it back on YouTube, is when we played Wrexham, like the season we nearly went up, and the ball was in the net, it bowls in the side, and they didn't even give a goal. Incredible.
It was a foot over. The only people that never saw it was the ref and the linesman.
Yeah. Who was looking at it, by the way.
We had a goal disallowed on Saturday, and the referee said it was offside, but it was offside and handball. Is what the referee apparently said, but said it was offside, but it wasn't offside. It was handball. So it's just make the right decision. It's just shocking.
I've got to say,
half time League 2, both games are 0-0.
Yeah, exactly. No, so Harry messaged a few comments. His one about Hogan. I'll say a little bit about that. But Crawley and Hogan to start Saturday. Thoughts? I think Crawley could be starting potentially. Harry. I mean, it's one that wouldn't be expected. And I do rate the guy.
Hogan, no.
Hogan, not. I don't want to see that man ever near a footballing stadium MKM the rest of my life.
You know what Scott Hogan offers, do you?
Go on. I'm sure you're going to tell me, Cole. Not a lot.
Do you want Scott Hogan, Sam? Come on.
Take him,
I've seen a little bit of him. I mean, we did sign Ryan Loft from Cambridge, so
Swap you.
Are you sure about that?
I am sure about that. Yeah,
we tried to send him back to Cambridge, and they said no. That's
I know, right? No, I think look, Crawley for me, Harry. In all seriousness, one of those players I do rate, and I do think again when he's come on, he scored a goal when he was substitute. I think he can offer something. It will be interesting because if we're expecting Kelly to start, Lindsay will be expecting Kelly to start. That could be the wild card to throw Lindsay off. I don't know. It's a gamble. But again, I don't quite know what's going on there. Neither of us are calling.
Bring Kelly on where Williams has been sent off.
Yeah, exactly right. But I don't know. I mean, again, I would like to see him involved in more games. I think he can offer something, but again, we'll see. But yeah, possibly Harry on that point. Harry also mentioned Newport playing well tonight, 0-0.
Don't say that.
That's my worry as well. That's my worry. But we'll come on to the weekend game a little later, Cole. But yeah, no. I mean, how do you see this game playing out, Sam? Given obviously all the connections is probably the nicest way to put it, and sort of the will and the want probably from Crawley with that extra bit of.
I mean, look. Hopefully, Paul Warren doesn't see this, but if we lose Saturday, and I'm Paul Warren,
press record, Aidan.
I'm saying, wind them up. I'm saying wind them up, get in their faces, and also we haven't spoke about the fact that Charlie Barker obviously could be playing. He got rested or dropped on Tuesday. We signed a new centre half in the window, and he's coming playing a bit more. But obviously, will Charlie play against his dad's team? So yeah, I think it could be a mental game as well as obviously the standard physical game on the pitch as well.
I thought the game at your place was quite feisty. I thought he really got fired up and all the rest of it. And I think to a degree we were quite surprised by it. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't think you'd hardly scored a goal, had you?
No. That was our first point of the season.
Yeah. So I think we went there almost expecting, these will roll over and die. But your approach was, at times, I was in the bloody away end, and I felt I could barely watch it.
I think definitely that it'll be to the ones who were there before, so the coaching staff and 3 or 4 of the players now is remember what we did here before. We need to do that, but obviously, it's such a different game to that playoff game because obviously we're coming with zero confidence. A team that's not really playing well together.
We're a much different team from when you played us.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And obviously it's 0-0 as well. We'll just without bringing up old wounds for you guys. 0-0, isn't it? So yeah, I don't know. As I said, I don't expect anything. I'd be delighted to get something. I expect you boys will go up anyway, regardless of the result. Although Cambridge obviously are doing well at the moment, and Notts County are doing well. I think that top three is going to be tough. I think Bromley will win it, but I think.
I was going to ask you about Bromley, actually. What's your opinion of them? Because we think they're an horrible bloody team to play. Yeah. I don't think anybody's sussed them out yet. They don't appear to have had any major injuries.
No.
They don't appear to have had any real blips in their season yet. I mean, what is your opinion on Bromley? I mean,
I think the word I'd use is efficient. I remember we had Steve Evans, totally different style of football to now, but he got us double promoted, and you think, well, the football wasn't great, but we won every week, so they're winning, and fair play to them. Like a small club, probably got a small budget, got some big lads. I mean, we lost to them twice in 3 weeks, playing twice in December, and both times they blew us off the park. But they've got some absolutely gigantic lads at the back, and Michael Cheek took his chances. Yeah, and even Pinnock out wide. So I just think I think even if they have a blip, they're still going to finish top 3, aren't they? So, and then Notts County being good when played them this year. In both games, they're being a good team. I think their gaffer they weren't too sure on him, were they? Notts County fans start of the season, but he's doing well. Swindon, I reckon they'll use the fuel of being kicked out of the EFL Trophy as a fuel to kind of get in that top 3. Salford, I think, are doing well as well. So I think there's definitely 4 to 5 teams that can get in those last two spaces. But I think you've got the strength and depth to be one of them.
Did you see what he said there,
Harry? Thank you, Harry.
Yeah, cheers, Harry.
Good stuff. Yeah. But, no, I mean it's going to be an interesting one. It is going to be an interesting one, I think, for the run-in for the top 3, Sam. But Colin and I have talked about whether it will go down to the wire. I think, like you, personally, for me, Bromley,
last game of the season for me.
I think Bromley have won the league. Maybe I don't think I'm a bit mad. But to your point, I think they know what they're good at and they stick to that game plan.
Yeah.
And it's working at the moment.
I will say one thing. When you're in the middle of a season and you're winning games, it's not too bad. But when you see that finishing post is just up the lane, you know.
Yeah. Well,
the old mind starts working. I don't know. I might be wrong.
Maybe.
We host Salford the last game of the season. So can you see the picture that we've stayed up the day before, the game before, last game of the season? If Salford beat us, they go up and you boys stay down. We know what Scott's doing, don't we?
Yeah,
we know what Scott's doing. Absolutely. He won't want you boys going up after getting rid of him. So, but we might have to beat them.
We might come to your game and watch that instead of going to ours.
Exactly.
Absolutely. But no, I think as I say, I feel like the same here. That I think Bromley are done. I think unless some catastrophic injury crisis, but
I'm not convinced yet.
I just think that they've proved it, and everyone keeps saying they're not going to do it, and they keep doing it. So for me, I just don't see that changing. Whether they stay up next season is a different story, but that's next season.
They only need 7 wins. 7 wins, they're guaranteed top 3.
Yeah, exactly that.
80-odd points. Yeah, 80-odd
Yeah.
points. Not mathematically, but 80-odd points in your top 3 normally.
I think they've got a difficult last month, but like I said to somebody, by the time they get through to the last month, it could be all over.
Yeah, I think. And it's Bromley's a tough place to go. Small grounds, the fans kind of on top of you. Yeah, I think they'll do it.
I mean, we did when we played. Still got to play them at our place. When we went down to them, we did the show obviously after the game, and people were coming up. Oh, I can't beat bloody Bromley and all this, that, and the other. And time has proved, what we said. They ain't a bad team. They're a good team. Well, he's got them well organised. They know what they're doing. But I just keep thinking they haven't had any injuries.
No, yet. Yeah.
But most teams,
a couple of weeks.
Most teams who get promoted normally have had a good run of injuries, haven't they? Because they've stuck their squad together. And if you look at Lincoln, who are doing really well in League One, they haven't had many injuries, and they're where they are. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think anything from 2nd to probably 7th at the moment. You look at that part, Cole. For me, anyone out of that, if they get a run together, could go up in that top 3.
Yeah.
That's how close it is.
I mean, I'm still not sure where we're going to end up. I'd hope to be in at least the playoffs with our record in the playoffs. Well, as you know, Sam, it's not brilliant.
Well, it'd be a lot of scar tissue, wouldn't there? I mean, I know you've got a new squad, but for the fans especially, I think if you get in the playoffs, you want to be at home first. You want to
taking the shovels and pinning
Thank you, Josh.
Knees. Yeah, cheers, Josh. Thanks for that. So we get round to that stage of the show. Everybody at home, don't forget Sam and Aidan and me are all going to give him predictions. So fire your predictions up and we'll play them, and Sam can have a laugh at. Sam can have a laugh at them as they go through. I'm going to predict Sam goes for 1-1. Over to you, Aidan.
Do you know what? Look, on paper, this should be an easy win. So should Saturday, and that's what worries me, Cole. So,
just when you think we've got it sussed.
Yeah, and like we just talked about the 3-2, the 2-2 at Grimsby, there is something at the back that still concerns me. Does Warney start playing wild card and mucking about with formations for games? I hope he doesn't. I think we can win this, but I don't think we're going to make life easy for ourselves. So I'm going to say 2-1. And it's not going to be an easy watch.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, it never is. But it never is an easy watch. Right, Sam, I'm going to go 3-1, Sam. Although I'll take anything. So, honestly, I'll take 1-0. 1-0 off your goalkeeper's backside. I really would. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I'm going to go 3-1. The mood Patterson's in at the moment up front. He's just unbelievable. Your centre half's out, isn't he?
He is, yeah. It'll be interesting to see who plays at the back.
Because you know Callum Patterson, I presume.
Yeah.
Well, not personally, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He's a right bloody handful. I mean, I call him in the most respectful way. He's a right horrible bastard because you'd hate to play against him as a defender or a keeper, because you just don't know what you can do next.
Yeah,
he's unbelievable, unbelievable.
Yeah,
so go Go on then, Sam. Give us your prediction.
Oh, I can't predict us to lose. I've never done that in my life, so I won't do that.
No.
But I also can't predict us to win. 'Cause I don't think we'll win. I also think we'll concede, and I can't see us scoring more than one. So I'm going to go 1-1. As you said, I would Colin, but I can't see us scoring 2. So, but I'm telling you now, for old time's sake, it would just be great if we came and smashed you. I can say that because it's not going to happen. So it would just be great. I'll tell you what. Have a look at yours now for a 5-1. Have a look at yours for a 5-1.
Sam,
you'd be a millionaire if that came in.
Sam, can I just tell you now? That was the most painful experience of my life. I mean, when we went down to your place, I thought we can't play that bad twice. At half time, I was 20 mile up the bloody road, mate. I couldn't watch it any longer.
Yeah,
I went.
Well, so I don't know if you spoke about it in the summer, but I think it's good to say again. I remember when after the first leg, I was like, yeah, done, that's it. The night before is when Doncaster overturned their 2 or 3 goal deficit against Crewe. Also the other way around. And he went through. And then I was just like, next 24 hours, I was just like, oh no. This could happen to us as well. So I remember when we got in the ground, I was a bit nervous. But then Jay scored, didn't he, straight away? And I was like,
after about 6 minutes.
And that was the worst thing that could happen for you guys. Like, I mean, your gaffer must be going mental. First thing we would have said, and last thing we would have said in the dressing room as they go out is, don't concede first 20 minutes. That's what we would have said, 100%. Stay in the game, first 20 minutes, then we'll do what we're going to do. And you can see in the first 5 minutes, it's game over, and you can't come back from 4 like that. But look, that was a freak. That was an absolute. I still can see it now. When we won at Wembley, Scott kind of grabbed Will Wright and started hugging him, and he said, "How the fuck have we done that?" Like, and that tells you, like, even they didn't expect to get that far and do it. So it was a freak season, a bit like Leicester winning the Premier League. It's definitely up there with that. But yeah, look, I think you boys have got this season, and you've got the money, and hopefully you can carry on next season, especially with like Liam Kelly. A lot of cool fans like MK Dons, but when you've got players like Liam there, and obviously Richie Barker did a good job for us as well when he was gaffer.
Well, in a way, we got the old team back together because Richie Barker used to be under Carl Robinson.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. But not a lot of people know Richie took us to our highest ever league finish ever. We finished 10th in League One. We never finished higher, and that was under Richie. So
bloody hell. So strong connections between the 2 clubs.
Yeah,
quite funny, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
Never thought that. Never thought that would ever happen, and it was just like bizarre. Backwards and forwards. There you go.
Well, this could be our last ever game playing each other. You never know.
I hope not. It's, not in League 2 anyway. Hopefully next season you have a massive turnaround or something, Sam. But I never wish with Lindsay. It didn't work out. It was frustrating, but I don't wish him ill. And like for you guys, I hope you don't go down. It's not nice feeling to be struggling, but I genuinely think this season, looking at it, and I could be wrong, but I think there's 2, probably 3 teams worse than Crawley that will save you this season.
I think those 13 players. I know I've questioned the standard of some of those players, but I think that's probably going to be enough to keep you up and all the rest of it. So, no, I'm the same. Even though I did write my preview, I mean, you don't read it, Sam, obviously, but it comes out onto our page on Friday. I wrote, Scott, it seemed a good idea at the time, Lindsay.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when you got him, he was at his peak and understanding. I mean, I think he was linked to Notts County as well. And yeah, it was ready made. I just think he needed the money really to kind of probably invest in the team he wanted and go from there. So.
I'd like you to say, it'd be interesting if it had been around still now, how we'd have got on with the mega millions we've got now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, see what he could have done with the teams. Yeah, it'd been interesting. Probably been half a Crawley side by now. Anyway, Sam, we wish you all the very best on Saturday.
Yeah.
But not on Tuesday.
And for the rest of the season.
For the rest of the season. Yes. And you never know, we might see you next season.
Yeah, maybe so. Cheers, chaps. Have a good one.
Thanks for joining us, Sam. Take care.
Cheers. Take care.
Cheers, Sam. Take care.
Lovely guy.
Yeah.
Really lovely guy. I enjoy speaking to Sam. He's a good guy.
Top guy.
Again, we get some really good guests on here. And again, thank you out to John Harris as well, who is our guest coordinator extraordinaire in the background for the Dons.
He is.
So yeah, really appreciate it. And again, another quality chat with a great guest.
Don't forget, you don't see anything like this anywhere else. Nobody ever air it, would they?
And I will apologise for anyone who was upset by profanity given by Sam.
Oh yeah, he said the word.
The F-bomb. But,
yeah.
Right,
So,
we'll get another YouTube.
Another warning from YouTube. Yeah.
Cheers to that. Yeah, no, like I say, Cole, the two. Sorry, mixed joints evening, Mick. There you go. Love the flag, Aiden. Love the flag. What about that as well? There you go.
Don't encourage him.
Do encourage. It's good fun. Nice to see you, Mick. Thanks for joining, mate. No, I just it's one of those, Cole, in my head, right? We look at it on paper, go, oh, that's Newport, that's Crawley, that's easy. And then it's like, no, it's not. And again, they're both fighting for their lives. Let's not forget that.
Well, this is what I always say to someone. Just because they're down the bottom of the league, don't mean to say we're going to run straight over the top of them. Harrogate, Cambridge. Think about it.
Yeah, and you know what? I would be more, and this might sound strange, I'm more comfortable playing the teams around the top than I am around the bottom because, yes, it's still a difficult game, but when you're fighting for your lives, it really, really, really can descend into quite a dogged game.
Yeah.
I think we might see
the longer both games stay at 0-0, the harder it's going to become.
Yeah. No, I think we'll win on Saturday. Again, I don't think it's going to be one where we turn them over because they're playing decent football at the moment. You know, objectively, they are where they are, but they're grinding out results in terms of getting some bits and pieces where they can. I think Harrogate are gone. I think Newport probably could get out of it. I think Shrewsbury's the one for me. I'm still looking at thinking, do they go? That's my thoughts on it.
People watching at home.
Bristol Rovers.
Bottom two. Who's
the bottom two for the end of the season?
Who's the bottom two? Put us your suggestions.
Well, Cole, before I say anything, what do you think the bottom two are at the end of the season?
Oh, crikey. I don't really know. I don't really know. I still think that a lot of teams down the bottom, well, I mean, everywhere really, but I mean, teams like Crawley and Newport really recruited heavily. Like Sam just said, it's going to take a little bit of time for the ones that are new. Some of them are returning players like Horsey and people like that to get used to the Crawley way and all the rest of it. I still think it's a couple of weeks, really, before we get a better picture of some of these teams like Harrogate, Crawley, Newport, Bristol Rovers, one you mentioned a minute ago, Shrewsbury. I think the picture is going to become clearer, and I think it'll become clearer at the top. There is a little bit of not a lot, a little bit of a gap starting to.
There is,
in 7th and 8th. And if we can get 6 points these next two games, I think you're going to be starting to work out, what's going on a little bit more.
Yeah, and look, I think
certainly get to the end of February. I think you'll have a fair idea.
Yeah, look,
Harrogate Barrow, Harry says.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, Harry, I think that's a really good shout because when you think of form at the moment, I think Harrogate, they might surprise us because they've won their last one. But I mean, Barrow in 3-4, they've lost the last 5. Newport have had a win and potentially a draw out of the last 5. So I can see signs of life there. I do think they've got a squad that's capable of getting out of it still.
I mean, Barrow, I'm just looking at the current form. Barrow have lost their last 6.
Well, they lost last 6, yeah. Shrewsbury.
They changed their manager tonight, if you never heard that earlier.
Yeah. Shrewsbury hit and miss. Yeah. Cheltenham, obviously, I know we beat them and I think they've lost the last 4 out of the last 5. But I think they'll be fine, to be honest with you. I can't see them going down. I think they've got too much in the locker. And I think with the new, the gaffer they've got, prodigal son at Cheltenham, I think they'll be fine. So, yeah, the Harrogate Barrow's a good shout. I think that's a really good shout, to be fair, Harry. So thank you for that one. Hamid has gone with Harrogate Newport. Jez has gone with
Harrogate and Barrow. I mean, that's not. I mean, okay. Okay, so Tranmere have also lost their last 6. They're on 32. Robbie Muirhead penalty.
Yeah, that's amazing from the past.
That's the sentence I'll never say. Yeah,
okay,
Tranmere have lost their last 6, but there's 16 games to go. Tranmere can still get sucked into this if they don't start pulling out of it.
They could do. I mean, the thing is, there's no one home and dry on that end. But I just think Barrow. Yeah, I forgot. To be fair, their form was so terrible. But Shrewsbury are the other one. I don't know. We'll see because they've changed managers and things, but they've not impressed me all season. But I think Harrogate are gone. I think Newport could probably get out of it. Out of the two, they're the one that I think have got the ability to get out of it, but we shall see. We shall see.
Right. Do you want to
roll some more VTs?
Yeah, roll a bit of team talk. I'll nip out to the little boys' room, and then we'll talk about Newport if you want.
Absolutely. We've got 7 minutes of Chris and Ryan's gold, so see you in a bit.
Roll VT.
Hello and welcome back to Team Talk, episode 13. Coming up on today's show, Chris will be breaking down the lineups. He'll also be giving us his thoughts on the Cheltenham game, and I'll be giving you some stats, facts about Newport and Crawley. So there's plenty to get through. Let's get straight into episode 13 of Team Talk.
So, a review of our game against Cheltenham on Saturday. So, Dons came away with the 3 points after a 3-2 win, thanks to goals from Callum Patterson, Curtis Nelson and Marvek Pateta. I think the Dons looked a lot better in the first half, moving the ball around on the floor rather than lumping it constantly up like they did in the second half. I feel like the second half, Cheltenham really came out after that, especially after that goal late on in the first half that gave them that momentum in the second half. I don't think the subs made the impact they needed to, but we got 3 points. That's the most important thing. The man of the match for that was Liam Kelly, absolutely outstanding in the midfield, and Callum Patterson just running around like the absolute battering ram that he is. So the team that faced Cheltenham only made 2 changes to the side that faced Grimsby, with Aaron Nemain and Joe Tomlinson coming in for John Mellish and Gethin Jones. And then Dons would retain their shape of a 3-5-2, with Callum Patterson being deemed fit enough to start against Cheltenham. Bench against Cheltenham saw several changes, so Tomlinson and Nemain switched in for Jones and Mellish, and then Hogan dropped out for Crowley, and Sanders came in for Evans, who's out with a concussion injury.
Newport, our Welsh opponents in League 2, are enduring a nightmare season. They're rooted to the bottom of the table, just 3 points from safety, and have already lost 18 games this year. Simply put, things couldn't be going much worse for them. Before they even face us, they've got a tough clash against our promotion rivals Swindon on Wednesday. Honestly, I'm still not over the fact that they beat us shockingly 6-3 defeat back in 2024. Looking at our 10-year history, the difference is clear. We've won 55% of our matches compared to their 22%. Their recent form says it all: 3 losses, 1 win and a draw. If they don't sort themselves out quickly and start picking up points, their league status for next season is in serious danger. In my opinion, this is the sort of game we should be looking to control and win.
Predicted team is an unchanged 11, so McGillivray to retain his place in goal, a back 3 of Nelson, Marv and Offord, Nemain and Tomlinson to remain at wing backs, and then onto the midfield, Ben Wiles, Liam Kelly and Alex Gilby to all line up together, keeping their places, and then Callum Patterson and Aaron Collins to retain their places at the front 2 to keep the Dons firing all cylinders. I just think unchanged 11 will be better. This is my predicted bench against Newport, so I think Setford will come in for Truman, and then we'll keep an unchanged bench. Not many changes for this one, unfortunately.
You naughty man, Gilby.
My score prediction is 2-0.
My score prediction is MK Dons to score 4 and Newport to score 1.
My goal scorers are Aaron Collins and Alex Gilby.
I've got with Patter to bag 2, Tom to bag 1 and Sanders to bag 1 as well.
We see ourselves facing our former manager Scott Lindsay on Tuesday night as he makes his first return to Stadium MK. I'm personally looking forward to this fixture, and I'm really wanting us to batter them like they battered us in the playoffs. Yes, it still hurts.
You tell them, Ryan.
I'm laughing,
They are currently
Ryan.
20th in the league, 5 points above the relegation zone. They need to start winning games and moving further up the table, or risk a double relegation. I hope so. Before facing us, they have matches against Cambridge tomorrow and Tranmere this Saturday. Looking at our 10-year history, things are quite even, with both sides having won 4 games each at 44% apiece. In my opinion, we really need to show them that we are no joke of a team like we was in the playoffs.
So on to the Crawley game. So I keep McGillivray in goal. I would then bring Sanders in for Ekpateta. Nelson offered to stay. And then I'd switch up the wing backs, bring in Jones and Mellish for the main and Tomlinson. I would then keep Ben Wiles, Liam Kelly and Alex Gilby as our midfield 3. Then on to the strikers, I'd keep the front 2 of Callum Patterson and Aaron Collins. I don't think Hepburn Murphy will be very effective in this game. I think Patterson and Collins will be better suited to it. And then for Crawley, obviously I've said Sanders and Jones and Mellish will start, so I'll see Ekpateta, Tomlinson and the main will drop to the bench, and then Matete, Crowley, Hepburn Murphy also will stay on the bench as well.
You naughty man, Gilby.
My score prediction for the Tuesday game is 2-1.
Gone with a 1-1 score for this game. Us to get a point at home against Scott Lindsay.
I believe the goal scorers will be Ben Wiles and the one and only Callum Patterson.
Gone with Hepburn Murphy to bag a goal against his former club. So I hope you enjoyed today's team talk ahead of the Newport and Crawley games on Saturday and Tuesday respectively. Hopefully it should be 6 points, 2 home games, 2 more than straightforward games. We all know how Dons can sometimes turn up, especially on Tuesday against Scott Lindsay. I think it'll be an absolute massive game. But yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you to Aidan and Colin for having us on.
Well,
Ryan made me laugh out loud several times about Scott Lindsay. Yeah, we batter him.
I know. I like it. I will say thank you for the long extended episode because I had a Guinness explosion, so I just had to clean the floor myself and my book, which is now covered in. It's a crime to pour Guinness over paper. Anyway, great show, and as always, Team Talk is one of the most enjoyable parts of this. So thank you, Chris and Ryan, for the efforts you put in.
Well, it is for me because I can go to the league.
No, it's a great piece.
No, I love it. I love it.
I love
the footage. I love the footage. And how many times did that emu make an appearance?
Well, That's what we love about this show, right?
Plenty of
Again, maybe chuckle. But no, look,
Indeed.
again, Ryan, Chris, thank you, because I know how much of a pain in the backside it was to get tonight's show.
Yeah, cheers, lads. Appreciate it.
Well worth it, and I hope everyone enjoyed it as well. A few comments as well, Cole, before we move on. So we've got Grimsby 1, Accrington 0.
Swindon still 0-0 with Newport.
They are. It's a bit of a worry. We've also got from Jeff, he says, I think Crawley are in big trouble. Yeah, I mean, again, we'll see, I guess, how it pans out. But yeah,
Villa 1, Brighton 0. Cheers, Ash.
Cheers for Ash. We've also got Hamid says, if offered out with too many yellows, it gets brought up on the commentary on Saturday, but I'm not sure.
Well,
I don't know if he is. I mean, I've heard it, Hamid, but I didn't think. I mean, again, I'm pretty sure Warney would have mentioned it in his interviews so far. But again,
I'm quite relaxed about it, because that would leave us with Nelson, Sanders, and Big Marv, wouldn't it? So I'm quite happy.
Plus, there's others in the back room that obviously haven't had any game time, so there is people on the bench that you could put on there if it came to it. But I think I could be wrong, but I don't think so. But again, I've not heard too much about it from.
Just as a slight aside, there's something that got announced. We've got till the end of March, I believe it is, to register or formally register all the players on our books.
Right.
Up to a maximum of 22. We've only registered 18 at the moment. So far, there's likes of Maguire, Lecco, Mendes Lang, and Collett. So far, haven't been registered, but there's no rush.
No, it just depends on what happens with the injuries, I guess. Yeah.
No. Anyway, do you want to move on and have a look at Newport?
Yeah, let's talk all things Newport. Obviously, I said we haven't got a guest on, but I know Kieran.
We can talk about it, can't we?
Yeah. Truth be told, I know Kieran would have been happy to hear from our Welsh contingent. But yeah, I mean, I talked a little bit about it. What's your thoughts on how you see in this game, Cole?
We ought to be battering them.
Should.
We should be battering them. But I mean, it's interesting to see that they're still 0-0 with Swindon. I'm not sure. I'm going to quickly have a look while we're talking. See what the match stats are. According to this, it's 54% Swindon, 48. 4 shots. 4 shots each, 1 and 1 on target. So
pretty even then, by the sounds of it.
It looks pretty even, which I don't know whether that's Newport playing a little bit better or Swindon having a bit of an off night. Probably went into it thinking this is going to be easy, and you can see now the pitfalls of us going into a game like this, thinking it's going to be easy. I mean, if you remember last time out, we won 2-1 at Rodri Parade after going 1-0 down. Mendes Lang, I thought we got a cheap penalty. That was the one where Sanders got his emu. Cheers, Ryan. Sanders got his shirt pulled. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
I thought it was very cheap. Pato headed home a Kelly cross, but Bobby Camwell missed a penalty for them.
Yes, very true.
So it could have been 2-2. Very easy. Hit the post. So Swindon are winning 1-0. Cheers to that, Harry.
Commentator's curse, Cole. That's what Ollie said.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, I think Swindon will win this.
I think Newport could draw level.
Exactly right.
One of us will be right.
Yeah, there you go. Right, go for it. Go on.
I mean, obviously, since we've played them, they've sacked their manager, David Hughes. Austrian manager Christian Fuchs is now in there. But I mean, to be honest with you, he's played 14 games. They've only won 2. Yeah. They're in desperate trouble. They are in desperate trouble, and
they are.
Better now than when we played them the first time. And
again, the thing is, you can be playing terrible, but the teams around them aren't really picking up much either, Cole. So they're still in it. Yeah. But I don't know, like you, but the game we played, and to your point, you kind of touched on it. I thought it was quite a close game the first time we played them. We were both there anyway for that one. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I just worry about games like this because teams are fighting for their lives. And Swindon.
I know, and we know, don't we? Every Dons fan knows what we're capable of doing or not doing, if you understand what I mean. Just when you think we've got it sussed, all of a sudden, bang. something goes terribly wrong, you know. So
I said Swindon could win this.
Well, I mean, this just goes to show you what we were saying earlier.
Yeah, but as soon as you get that goal, it's collapsed.
As soon as you get that goal, that means that, you know, Newport have got to come out, and that's going to play into Swindon's hands. So, therefore, there we know. Both games, Saturday and Tuesday, if we score early.
Could be, but I like you say, I mean, Swindon, they might end up winning it 3 or 4-0, but the point is they've made hard work of it because Swindon are, you know, in a game with a team that are fighting for their lives ultimately. And I think that's the point for me. If they come and set up shop and park the bus, Cole, it could be quite a difficult weekend. I don't think they're going to come and play
for an hour. For an hour, they held out.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to come play for a win. I think they're going to try and shut up shop and just try and frustrate us. That's where I think it's going. And that's why, I think, as I say, I think we'll win it.
Both teams are coming to us for a draw, mate. It's plain and simple.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. But I mean, like I say, I mentioned the fact that I thought we'd win 2-1 on Tuesday, but a tough fight against the Lindsay side. I can see very similar again on the weekend. I think 2-0 maybe, but it's not going to be it's not going to be a Cheltenham jobby where we just roll them over. I think that, you know, this part of the season, whoever you're playing down the bottom is going to come and they're going to fight for everything they can. I think the quality we've got should see us over the line.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is something we said with Sam earlier, didn't we? I mean, you know, let me have a look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 transfers they've had. And, you know, when you look at it, they've got one player from Merthyr Town, one player from Pennybont, and you'd have to have been on holiday in Wales to know where Pennybont is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know, on loan from Shrewsbury. So, you know, if Shrewsbury don't want him, you know what I mean? And then you've got a guy that's played for Sacramento Republic in the North American USLC or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, you start to look at it and question, no disrespect, but bloody hell, really, we ought to be rolling these teams over.
Should be. And we know that, Carl. We've got the ability to, but it just doesn't always seem to work out that way, does it? Albie's mentioned a comment here. He's just joined us. And again, evening, Albie, thanks for joining. He said, I do anything to see us back to Crawley 5+. I think we all would, mate.
Yeah, I agree, Alb. I agree.
We'll put to bed a bit.
Ryan said it earlier. I hope we absolutely batter him. I do. We owe him. For putting us through all the hurt and pain that we had to suffer under his managership.
But as Sam said, and that's to my point, you've got Orsi, you've got Jay Williams, you've got a number of players, and Lindsay. It's not going to be easy. They're going to want to be up for this. They're going to want to
fire him up. He'll fire him up.
Well, of course. And like I said, it's the ex-manager derby, right? I mean, again, there's connections if Rishi Barker's son plays as well because he plays for Crawley. There's all sorts in on, but I think we'll win it. Like I said, 2-1. I'm sticking with that. But like to Albie's point, I'd love to see us batter them. Of course, I would.
Yeah, put your predictions up for Crawley as well, please.
Yeah, Crawley and Newport. Stick your predictions. We've done a few Crawley, but if you've got anything for Newport, let us know.
Crawley and Newport
are down to 10 apparently. So there we go.
Right, okay.
Don Pauly says nothing to do with the games. Crime of the century, getting Pato from Sheffield Wednesday. He's just unbelievable. Pato is Roy of the Rovers or Pato of the Dons. Yeah, it feels like that, to be honest. I mean, it's as good as he is. I mean, the Collins situation is a little frustrating for a lot of people as well, but you can't take anything away from him, Don. I think, like I say, he's been my player of the month, and I think he should be player of the month for League Two. That's what Colin and I were mentioning.
It is. I agree, Don Pauly. That has been one signing.
Hell of a signing.
And I agree with that, Harry. You know, we talked about it earlier. If Collins starts to score, I fear for some of these teams. You can imagine Patterson and Collins scoring, and Gilby and Kelly, and Mendes Lang will be back in next month.
Yeah, and Hepburn Murphy as well. He can hit the ground running.
Yeah, Hepburn Murphy. For those Dons fans that like to hear about old players, Hiram Boateng's just scored for York City. York City winning 2-1.
Well done.
Against the Monkey Hangers.
Hartlepool.
Yeah.
Good story, that. We'll maybe talk about it one day.
Yeah. The Monkey Hangers,
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Anyway, that's for another show. But, look, I still think the Newport game is probably more critical than most people would probably underestimate. If we come out of that with a solid win and won well and shut the door and had a clean sheet, I'm with Chris on this. I think maybe we could change keepers for this game. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's a potential for it, isn't it? I guess, to see what he's capable of. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but I think both games are winnable. But
I'd rather bring him on if we were winning 3-0.
No, you wouldn't, because you end up 3-3, right? Grant says 2-0 Newport, 3-1 Crawley. He reckons on those maximum points. Albie says, do we boot or see for A, the playoff, B, battering, B, the joining that lot after the loan here, or C, simply because he was atrocious for us, or all? I'm going to go with the C on that one.
Yeah, can I go for C as well? No, I'm going for all, actually, Albie.
That's what I said. All. I think.
Yeah.
All. Actually, yeah. That's what I meant. Sorry, but no, I think you say all of the above, Albie. All of the above. I mean, he is just a terrible player. I don't know what Scott Lindsay's seasoning, but then having said that, he probably bloody well score now against us on Tuesday. You can see it, Cole. You can see it, but we'll score more. Swindon 2-0 up. Thanks for that, Grant. And Jez has gone MK 3 Newport 1, MK 2 Crawley 1.
Albie, put your scores up. Has Albie put his scores up yet? I'd like to see what Albie says.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, look, I think like these two games, it's like everyone goes, the games against Walsall, the games against the big teams are, of course they are, but it's games against the bottom teams are fighting for their lives. If you can win those and win them well, you're halfway to being where you want to be at the end of the season.
Yeah, to me, it's not just it's always about sending a message to your next opponents, isn't it?
Exactly that.
8-1 Crawley Town. Wouldn't that be nice? I'd love that.
Yeah. Stick a quid on that, Albie.
Yeah. So we can sing You Get Sacked in the Morning.
That'd be hilarious.
I always think, if you can go out and beat Newport convincingly, does that change Scott Lindsay's mindset on how he's going to set up against us on Tuesday? I think it would me.
In part.
I think it would me.
Yeah, in part. But again, it's psychology, right? It's psychology, the whole thing. Psychology, Albie said, seriously, Stodgy 1-0, 2-1 against Crawley. Yeah, I'm with you on it, mate. I think a win's a win, but it's not going to be pretty this.
I'll take anything.
I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Look, people that say we're not convincing, if we're winning,
absolutely, Sheila.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't really care.
But yeah, look,
in the middle of May, if we go up, nobody will care how we beat, Cheltenham or anybody.
But you'll remember if we drew 1-1 against Crawley or we lost 1-0 to Newport, that's when you'll think there were the points. For me, the season we didn't go up, Cole, that Wrexham game, the disallowed goal, that will always stick with me as one of the reasons.
Well, these things always do, remember the day,
Exactly that. 2 clean sheets.
I'll take that, Sheila, all day long. Lovely.
So, Cole, as a member of the goalkeeping union, maybe a lot of people don't know that fact about you.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Right,
where do you see the situation on Saturday with the goalie? Do you think they're going to change C-Mac? I mean, that's what Chris
said. No, personally, no.
I wouldn't say, but
he got beat by 2 really good shots on Saturday. No, I wouldn't change it. I'll tell you what,
Go on.
It doesn't happen often, but I said it a minute or two ago. If we get on Saturday, just say we're winning 3-0, I'd bring him on. I really would, just to give him a bit of game time.
Maybe 4-0.
Not have any pressure on his back. We're winning 3-0. Not have any pressure on his back. Bring him on. Give him 20 minutes. I don't know, half an hour.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean,
I wouldn't start him yet. I wouldn't start him.
I
honestly can't see there being unless we get to the last game of the season, it doesn't matter what we do.
Yeah.
Because it won't change our position in the league. Then I might play him, but otherwise, no, I wouldn't. No.
I just wonder, again, Warney's mindset. There's 2 ways of looking at it. Do you keep the consistency because C-Mac's been solid, or is he looking the other way? Well, he's let 2 in against Grimsby. He's let 2 in against Cheltenham.
I don't think you want to undermine the confidence of a goalkeeper.
I don't think so.
I mean...
I'm just playing devil's advocate, that's all.
Yeah, mate, I know that people say... I know people say that...
Yeah, I agree, Tom. I agree.
But a goalkeeper is a very specialised position, and confidence is massive. You know, I mean, if you're like Gilby and you misplace a pass, well, it don't matter. You know, not really. You know, going forward. But if you're in goal and you make one mistake, mate, the bloody whole world, you know, the next time that ball comes across in the air, you're thinking, am I going to catch this? Am I coming out for it? Should I come out for it? Should I stay back for it? Yeah. Mate, it's just, don't mess with the keeper.
It's a difficult one.
Don't mess with the keeper.
And do you know what point in case was, again, speaking to Albie's point, the Crawley games, because we had Kelly and then you had Martial in the return leg. I mean, what on earth was Williams thinking for that? I don't know. That's part of the reason I think we lost, because he had a keeper that was shaky, then he put him in, which was not a great move. And then also the fact he didn't play Lewington for that return leg, or obviously the first leg. But I just think that's unforgivable.
Right? Yeah. You know, mate, you don't change keepers unless you really have to. Unless you've got a broken finger, he's carried an injury, he's done his ankle, his shoulder, something, his hip, back, I don't know, whatever. Then you think, you know, should we be risking him?
Yeah, exactly that. That. What do we know? They'll probably change the whole team by Saturday goal. But I'm with you. I think C-Mac should be in goal. It's an interesting one. What will happen, I don't know. We shall see. But I would be very wary like you, because, again, we're doing okay. Okay, we've not been winning well, but we've won. We've dug out results against, let's not forget, a very good Grimsby team who've had a good run. Obviously, we should have probably won that, and you could argue it felt more like a loss than a draw, but we'd have taken that before the game. So, yeah, I think these next two games, if we win them well, that's a statement of where we want to be. If we struggle...
Yeah, well, we're sending a message out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Right, I've got a quiz question for you. I think you'll know this. What former Don plays for Newport County?
Oh, crikey. Former Don?
Yeah. 22-23 season. You're not going to Google it, are you?
No, I'm just thinking. Crikey. 22. Sorry, what did you say?
Which former Don? He was a Welsh international. Now plays for Newport.
Matt Smith.
Yeah, that's correct.
The Man City guy. Yeah.
Halsey. Did you say Halsey?
No, I said Man City. He played for. We got him from Manchester City.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah,
yeah. I'll never forget the Fleetwood game. The season we nearly went up in League One, and he scuffed it, and then we lost 1-0.
Yeah,
that's my only memory.
I don't think he'll be playing anyway, because apparently he's been suffering from reoccurring injuries, so I can't see him playing. So, but anyway, there's a former Don that plays for Newport.
There you go. There we go. But that'd be interesting. It'd be interesting, Cole. I don't see it as an easy game. To be honest. But there we are.
There you are.
Well, the next topic, there's not much more to say on Newport, really. So I think next up was Bromley. And again, we talked about this on the points of discussion when we started the show. But I mean, to your point as well, what's your take on this? Because can anyone catch Bromley? We touched on it a little bit with Sam about no injuries, no blips so far. What's your take? I kind of got a bit of a feel, but where do you think they're going to end up? And do you think, if anyone does catch them, who will it be and why?
Oh God, I'd like it to be us, but I don't know. The more I look at them, the more I think. I mean, they got away with it the other day at Fleetwood.
They did.
They were losing 1-0, and I think they scored 2 late goals.
They did.
I mean, that's fair play to them. I'm not, but like Sam said, they're a bloody well organised big team who know what they're doing, all the rest of it.
Yeah,
but I can't help feeling every time I look at that Bromley team, 95%, it's the same team every bloody week.
Consistent, yeah, absolutely.
If they had the injuries like we've had this season, and like some of the other teams, we've interviewed loads of people this season. They go, "Oh, we've got bloody loads of injuries." I don't think, and you very often see this, that a team can go through and have no injuries and play a settled side. They develop, they settle, they know what each other's doing, and I think that's the case with Bromley. And sometimes, like Man City ran away with the league. I mean, I know we're talking high level, but I'm just trying to give you an example. Man City ran away with the league. Then Liverpool ran away with the league. sooner or later, teams start to work them out. They look at it. They look at it and they think, oh, hang on a minute. When Liverpool played Bournemouth, what did Bournemouth do to beat Liverpool? And they try and replicate that. And I think as well, you bring it down to our level and teams are looking at us and think, how do we beat MK Dons? How do we stop MK Dons? And, you've had different approaches. Cheltenham came to us at the start of the season. Totally wrong approach. We banged them out. But other teams have come to us with a little bit of a different system. Who did we play the other week? Tried to get Patterson sent off. That was a game plan.
Bristol Rovers.
Bristol Rovers. Kick Patterson, absolutely shit. There's get him sent off. We've got 10 men. They're toothless up front. And people are always looking at ways of beating their next opponents. And I'm really surprised that nobody is... I mean, I'm not saying I've worked it out yet, but I'm really surprised nobody's worked Bromley out yet. And they've got a difficult finish to the season.
And again, everyone watching, feel free to put your comments in. Do you think team's going to?
What do you think about Bromley? I mean, everybody was going, "Oh, how the bloody hell of Bromley? We ain't beat them."
Yeah,
now you know why. So anyway, if you got any opinions on Bromley, put them up.
Absolutely,
I'll carry on drinking me water, Ellen.
Drinking your water. Can they be caught, Cole? Let me think. Can they be caught?
I mean, let's not face it. There's 16 games to go yet. That's 48 points.
I'm just... I mean, obviously, they're first in the table.
48 points. Look at
Walsall
last season. Look at Walsall.
I think, again, when I've looked at the games, and like you, I've looked at the games where they have lost. There's not been many this season, but it seems to me, I don't know what your thoughts are, they seem vulnerable to individual errors. That's the way it looks, or high intensity.
And that is about it, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but the teams that have done well, it's high intensity pressing, attacking pressure that's caused them problems. It means that they've had a few individual mistakes by putting the pressure on them. So I think maybe because of where they are, some teams have played them, have sat deep or given a bit of respect there. So, I don't know, the dominant
They've
run.
lost 4 games all season. You can't knock them.
No, but I think, if you're looking at it, for me, if I'm sitting in a dugout, I'm thinking, right, how do you neutralise the key players? How do you stop forwards like Michael Cheek is the priority for anyone playing them? What's their vulnerabilities? For me,
but you can't become too obsessed in people like Michael Cheek, can you? You can't.
No, you can't. But I'm just saying, if I was in the dugout and you're asking how we catch them, in my mind, he's one of the big ones you needed to neutralise.
Shut him down or shut his supply down.
Yeah. Then the next thing for me is the vulnerability. So, I would say you need to press early to capitalise on any defensive mistakes. Before they get into a rhythm, press them hard and keep high intensity football. You want intensity for full 90 minutes, Cole. That's the thing, I think, is how you overcome a team like Bromley at the moment, because they're well organised, they're well drilled, they know their game plan. And I think when you look at the teams, and like I said, there's not been many, but you look at some of those games, have a watch on YouTube. It's been high pressure intensity in the attack.
It's
been the individual errors.
They're very well drilled. They know what they're doing. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I think we played them 3 or 4 games before the end of the season, but I never thought I'd ever say this, but MK Dons versus Bromley on that day could be massive. And that's not something we thought sitting back in August that we'd say come the end of April or the middle of April that us playing Bromley would be massive. And it could be.
It could be. But let's not forget the games against the likes of Crewe where they drew 2-2. So they're not unbeatable, Cole. They're not unbeatable.
No.
And teams like Crewe have shown the ability. I mean, again, didn't win that one, but they showed and exploited some of those vulnerabilities. So I think, look,
Crewe have been on cold.
But for me, are Bromley catchable? Yes. Can they be caught is the question. And I think that's the thing, is they are catchable. Do I think they can be caught? Unless teams do, like I say, start playing that high-intensity attacking football against them and just throw caution to wind, just go hell for leather. I can't see it. I think they'll end up top 3, no doubt. Could they win the league?
Yeah, I agree. I think they'll be top 3. But has anybody put anything about Bromley?
No, not yet.
Well, thanks very much, everybody.
But yeah, so look, it's one of those, watch it and see. Can we catch them? Yes, we can, but that involves us going on a winning run, like 5 or 6 unbeaten, and we need to do that. We need to start putting like wins together, like like a daisy chain, if we want to seriously get to that champion, and lift the title. I think it's a tall order at this point. I'd be quite happy with second or third place ultimately, Cole, at this point. Do I think we can get second place?
They play Notts County on Saturday.
They do. So again, I'll go back to that point. If Notts County play that high attacking, pressing football and win, there's your answer. But if Notts County come out and try and play a bit of a defensive game and show respect, I think they'll lose. I think, again, County have got the ability to hurt them. We know that as we've played them. They've got a good team. They could
Would we take Bromley beating County and us pushing up?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? You ironically, at this stage of the season, you probably want Bromley to beat the teams around you. That's the reality of it, right?
I know.
But I think at the end of the season, this is my prediction, and it changes obviously as things go on. But at the moment, I think we'll finish second. It'll be tough, but I think we can finish second. There's not a massive gap between us and second place, and I think the teams above us have got mistakes in them. County have proved that, okay, they've come good. Salford have proved that, okay, they've come good. But again, it's going to be twists and turns all the way to the end of the season.
Right, let me tell you what Bromley's last 4 games of the season are, right?
Do you want to do a count of what we think they're going to do?
Yeah, this is what Bromley's last 4 games of the season. They're away to us.
Yeah, I think
they're at home to Cambridge United.
Draw.
They're away to Salford.
Draw.
And they're at home to Walsall. That's their last 4 games.
Win. So I think 3, 4, 5, 6 points out of that. But it will be enough because they'll be there or thereabouts.
Yeah, like I said, by the time we play, it could be too late to do anything about it.
Yeah, but I think at that point, it's just like when you get that close to the end of the season, it's about just don't lose. Just don't lose. Especially the teams around you. If you're playing the teams around you, don't lose. You keep the gap. Yeah. Or, you might narrow it, but you should be there or thereabouts. So, no, do I think they can be caught? No, is my answer to that. But I do think we can still go up. That's my take on it anyway.
Sorry, I was just having a look. York City have just taken the lead 3-2 against Hartlepool United in the 13th minute of injury time.
There you go. Who said the National League was boring? Also, just whilst we're here, before we finish up in a bit, have you seen this news about the playoffs that they're looking to do in the Championship?
Oh, what? Yeah.
6 teams and very similar to the National League where, fifth place, whatever, and and then the top 2.
I'll worry about it when we get up there.
Yeah, exactly. I just think it's all I do. I mean, there's bigger things to be talking about, like the standard of refereeing would be my one I'd be talking about in an EGM. But what do I know, right? But if you want to play silly buggers with the playoffs, you go for it. I just think
all this ongoing debate about pundits on TV.
Indeed.
Yeah. We won't talk about that, though.
I'm not saying a word. No. Yeah. But I hear you on that one. But I think that's it.
I've read
the
transcript of that interview with that person.
Yeah.
And I just think it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
There you go. Say no more.
Allegedly. Anyway, there we go.
Well, I haven't mentioned who it is.
I'll chuck in the word allegedly for legal reasons.
I just sat there open mouthed, couldn't believe what I was listening to. There you go.
No, I can understand.
Anyway, 90 minutes, Swindon are still 2-0 up. Grimsby obviously won 1-0 earlier on.
They did. But I think, Cole, that's the lot tonight.
Yeah, unless you're a Rangers fan, you're drawing 1-1 in the 90th minute.
Oh, what a time to be alive. Anyway.
What a time to be alive. We'll be back next week, won't we?
We will be. Same time, same place.
Yeah,
post Newport, post Crawley, dissected, diced, served up to you by Luke Payne.
And who knows what could have happened. And then we haven't got a game at the weekend, have we?
It's FA Cup, isn't it?
Yeah, but we've got a game on Monday, haven't we?
Yeah. We've got a game on Monday.
We've got playing Walsall. That's it.
Yeah.
Correct, Sheila.
Absolutely, Sheila. What a comment to end the show on. We need results.
That is a show-ending comment Congratulations, Sheila.
Cheers, Sheila. We'll drink to that.
Sheila, and I raise my glass to you because that is right. Don't mess with the keeper.
Don't mess about. We've seen it under Williamson, and it didn't end well. As Albie will attest to, hence why he wants to see a hiding on Tuesday.
So we'll be back next week. Same time, same place. Luke will be here. Chris and Ryan will be here. Hopefully, we've got a Walsall fan.
Yep.
God knows what. We might be talking about 6 points. We might be pulling her hair out. Well, I will be. Aidan won't, obviously.
We've got none left to pull out.
Hopefully, me, Sheila, and a few other people that comment can have a nice, relaxing Saturday afternoon and watch us. Nice, comfortable win. And then come back again on Tuesday and do it all over again. And that'll be sweet.
Would be nice. It would be nice, wouldn't it? Albie said, if we come out of this run with 2 wins, it'd be wins galore. Chesterfield home, barring the draw at Grimsby, which, despite circumstances, isn't a terrible point on paper. I couldn't care less how we play. No, I agree. Albie.
Yeah. Very often, Albie's right. Some of the games that we've come away with a draw or something of that season or something of that nature, they've turned out not to be bad results.
When you look back, yeah, understand.
Yeah, when you look back, they haven't been bad results. So,
Anyway, a few more comments from Josh. Josh, thanks for the comments, by the way, tonight as well. He said, got to have the defensive unit consistent. CMAC commands a box well. Yeah, 100%. 100% on that one. My only thought is Setford is his distribution better? Again, to be seen. We
don't know.
Full-time Grimsby 1, Accrington 0. Looks like the Accrington goal was disallowed. And Dave Bosder has said, Matt Smith has to see the doctor regards his recurring injuries. Can't think of doctor's name. It's Doctor Who. Boom, boom.
Does Dave sit here all night long waiting just to sort of come in at the last sort of few minutes?
Not at all. I liked it, Dave, to be fair. Very good.
By the way, DSA have got in March. I've got an event coming up where meet the manager.
The manager.
I believe you've got to be a member of the DSA. It's ticket only.
That's right.
Check out the DSA website. But is it something me and you will be going to? Do you think? Well,
I think we'll have to ask Dave.
Well, I'm a member of the DSA. I'm a
lifetime member, same as you. Maybe Cole. Maybe they need some people to ask the questions to the manager, and maybe we can stream it live on Don's Unplugged as well. But maybe I'll leave it there. Dave, over to you.
Yeah, do you want to host, Dave?
Yeah, we can host it. We can stream it if you want to get more interest.
Yeah, whatever.
Let us know. We'd be happy to help. Anyway, Ollie says, Bromley, seriously impressed with them when we play them away because they play old school footy. I absolutely agree with that one, Ollie.
Yeah.
Physical and get stuck in and bully the F out of teams. Big respect to them, yeah. Look, at the end of the day, I will not take away from the fact if they go up, full credit to them and, all the best to them because that money will be massive for a team like Bromley.
And I agree with Ollie. I think that is going to be a defining moment in the season. I think if Bromley beat Notts County, you
kind of got your answer already, haven't you? There we go.
Yeah.
11th of April on our wide pitch, I think we'll beat them. I hope so, Don. I really hope so. It's not going to be.
Don will be there.
Yeah, Don is going to come over, hopefully, with the rest of the Irish boys. Enough Mick still watching, but look forward to seeing you guys come over for that. And so Matt's just said, I can't see anyone catching Bromley, to be honest. I think they've got enough to not throw it away, unlike Walsall. I'm with you on it, Matt. I think they're up.
See, Walsall's problem, as far as I can see,
is
they build their season. What?
I said their problem is them. They're their own worst enemy.
They build their season on loan players.
Exactly that. Yeah.
And they did it last year, and you'd have thought they'd have learnt their lesson. They did it again this year.
No.
And in January, a lot of those loans got called back. And they're in the.
You've got to invest. We've seen it, Cole. Max Waters, to name one. There are plenty I could sit here and reel off that have caused us. I think if Max Waters had stayed, Kioso's another one that he wasn't scoring, but the defensive side of things because of Dipstick taking him back to Luton just because he's been a spiteful git. Ultimately, Nathan Jones, who's laughing now out of a job, you prat.
I can't stand Nathan Jones. I Three Counties Radio, Saturday afternoon, he used to waffle on.
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed Charlton. You know, good luck to you. But yeah, Pratt, absolute Pratt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, allegedly, two players there that were recalled in that season that I think that just upset the balance for us. And like I say, Max Waters' goals would have seen us up that season. I have no doubt about it. So, Walsall, if there's a lesson to be learned, there's one for you there. Colin and I give you that information free. There we are.
Yeah, it seems like Walsall haven't learned the lesson, but
I don't think they'll get the playoffs. I generally don't think they'll get in the playoffs this season. That's saying something.
Well, they're dropping out the side, aren't they, again? So we think it's hard being MK Dons fans. It's tough being a bloody Walsall fan. Bloody hell.
Well,
I mean, if you remember, we walked out of their place last season. They were singing champions.
Champions, yeah, we're winning the league, yeah. Never say it. Never say it until you cross the line. I'd never tempt fate.
Yeah. And that is why, viewers, I don't like us singing "You're Getting Beaten by a Franchise."
Yeah, exactly that, right. Just winds them up, Cole. Just winds them up. But I'm with you. Look, I think we'll be all right. I'm with Ollie. I'm with most of us. I think we'll go up this season. As the song goes, how we get there, I don't know. How we get there, I don't care. All I know is MK is on their way.
And on that note,
on that bombshell, we've got one more comment. I think it's just come through.
Oh, go on then. Okay, go on.
I've got a few actually. Let's have a look. Where are we?
It's for me.
It's like I don't know if there's a delay, but yeah, it's interesting. Suddenly they're all starting to filter through. So apologies, guys, who've been commenting, and for some reason they're just starting to show up. Clubs should be marketing that game now. Get as many in the stadium as possible. They're not exactly going to be Sheffield Wednesday, Wolves, Ipswich numbers, so we're really going to do our best to get as many. I couldn't agree more, Albert. I think it's absolutely reprehensible sometimes, the stuff that they are doing.
Yeah, sometimes the clubs they seem to miss a trick, don't they?
Look, at the end of the day, I said it before. Why. Flagstone businesses around the city, go in there like MK Lightning do, put a booth in, get staff interested. Yeah, you've got the centre. Make something of it, particularly towards the end of the season. You've got new build homes, people moving into MK, welcome packs.
Oh, don't we?
You've got Bradford factor. Drop the prices to make people come to a game instead of going to London to watch.
We've done that. Our idea. This was when we were on the MK DSA. I was the chairman, I was the treasurer. Yeah. We said to the club, how many houses are being built in Milton Keynes every year? And they went, hundreds, thousands. I said, well, how about this? You stick a ticket or a voucher in their welcome pack and say, welcome to your new home. Come and visit ours on us.
Yeah. And I'll go back to...
You might only get a few percent, but trust me.
It doesn't matter, Cole. That's how it starts. If you want to fill the stadium, you've got to start doing more. I'm sorry, but you have. That's the one thing you've let yourself down with this season, MK.
Do you remember we sat at that meeting and the club went, "Oh, that's a good idea," and we sat there shaking their heads. We sat there shaking their heads and thought nobody's ever thought of that.
No, incredible, right? I mean, even I go back to Christmas, the toys for the hospital and the hospice and stuff like that. You could have done a toy for a ticket. Donate a toy to a good cause. We'll give you a ticket. It's not hard. It would have filled the ground for a good cause. Again, if we can think about this, why aren't you? I'll leave it there. You want to grow our fan base, you've got to do something radical. You've got to give people a reason.
From what I understand, allegedly, there is a bit of.
I agree with you, Ollie, by the way, on that.
I don't know. I don't know quite how to put this, but I think there's people within the club, and I'm not going to say who, that don't really understand why people aren't coming.
Then but this is the same as politicians who don't understand the price of a, the politician doesn't understand the price of a loaf of bread or a price of a pint of milk. You're out of touch. Go and speak to fans. Go and speak to fans. Not the supporters board, fans.
That's what I heard. That some high-level people within the club was saying, well, why aren't our attendances climbing?
Give me a crayon and a whiteboard. I'll show you why. Been here 20 years. Many of us have. It's not hard. It's not brain science. And I just go back to the point. There are plenty of things that could be done that we are not doing. So to sit there and say you want higher attendances, you've got to do these things. There's no point talking about it. Do. And you're not doing. End of story.
Anyway.
Grant says, see you Saturday. Sorry.
Yeah, well, why not, Grant? Yeah.
Don says 6 points all the way. Couldn't agree more. Lucky the Irish for that one, mate. Yeah, I hope 6 points. It's going to be tough, but I hope 6 points. And yeah, Matt says they need to bring 3 teams up from the National League first before they start. I could not agree more, Matt. It's high time that changed, and it is quite frankly criminal that it hasn't until now.
Yeah.
There are such good teams, and the standard of football in the National League has gone really high.
Been proved. Teams coming up from the National League generally do very well.
But you remember they used to get elected into the league, Cole? I remember that. Good night, Aidan.
Sheila. Don't.
Thank you, Sheila. I appreciate it.
Right.
There we are.
Should we go?
So, in summary, Cole, looking forward to the weekend. Looking forward to Tuesday. MK Don's leadership. Sort yourself out. If you want to know how to raise attendances, maybe talk to the people on the ground who've been there.
Come and talk to us.
We're not talking just about us. Talk to the fan base. It's quite simple. Reach out to the community. Make an impact. It is that simple. And if you're not doing it, really, I can't understand why.
If you can't understand why the attendances are not going up, you're probably not talking to the right people. You should be talking. I'm not.
I'm only saying this. I'm only saying.
I'm not saying we know everything, but come and talk to the fans.
Of course we don't. I'm not saying I know everything, but it might seem like I'm being angry. I'm frustrated because I'm passionate. I know there's so much more we could be doing, and I just get frustrated when I know that there's lots of fans out there with great ideas, and they just don't get taken on board.
Yeah, well, if you remember, great ideas presented to the club used to get dismissed because they hadn't thought of them. Do you remember that?
Well, I remember that well. Yeah,
we came up with a good idea. We could have been, we'll make you £1 million every year. Oh, no, we can't do that. Why not? Oh, we can't do that. Why? Anyway. Oh, well, we just can't.
It's a new regime, so hopefully they do.
Hopefully they start listening to the fans. Right. Okay.
Anyway, looking forward to the weekend. Another hopeful win. And
yeah. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the crack tonight.
Enjoyed I have to say, Colin, the crack was mighty. Thank you.
Right. Okay. So we'll be back next week, Wednesday, 7:45. Tell your friends. If you don't watch it, I don't know. You're crazy. I don't know. Well, I think so anyway. But
there we go. Thank you, everyone, for watching. As we say, we do this for the fans.
Don't forget, kids for £1 on Tuesday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't forget getting Cambridge tickets. There's only a limited amount. Make sure you get them.
Yep. And also, thank you to everyone who's watched tonight. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for Helen, who's watched from Barbados. Quite impressive.
Yeah.
Thank you to all the big TV screen reviews. I'm hoping we get the photo, by the way. Carry on. So let us know.
Yeah.
That'll be good. And also, thank you to the Irish boys, as always, for jumping on the show. We appreciate you guys. We're looking forward to seeing you. Don, stay safe. Hope you feel better soon. Hope the operation was a good success. And onwards and upwards, my friend, as I know how tough it's been for you. And Glyn.
And Glyn, get well soon, Glyn, as well. And, of course, as usual, we thank the Casbah. We'll see you on Saturday outside the Casbah, Gate 7. Don't be late. See you next week on here. Come on, you Don. Say goodnight, Aidan.
Good night, Aidan. Take care.
Good night, Aidan.
Come on, you Don. See you soon.
Good night. Thanks for joining us.